You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feeding from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can harness, believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
What?
I said okay.
Okay. How are you doing, Steph?
Oh, I'm stressed because I have a presentation tomorrow, as you know.
As I know. I knew you had a presentation. I wasn't sure it was tomorrow.
Yes, that's
You're ready for this presentation, though, because you've given it many times
kind
before.
of. I can't find my remote slide clicker because I could never find it. And I have a hard time finding my second monitor, and I had to. I've done 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 2.5 hour, and 1.5 hour versions of this presentation, but they wanted a 2 hour version of this presentation, which is the one I haven't done.
Okay.
So, I had to like figure out what I'm gonna try and cut and add and all of that, and I haven't given it in a while, so I'm stressed.
Okay.
I'm also like working on 2 other presentations right now that I haven't given before that are in 2 weeks and 2.5 weeks, 3.5 weeks, respectively. And I think my general uneasiness with those presentations is rubbing off onto this one, even though this shouldn't be a big deal.
Right.
How are you?
I'm, I went to the emergency room on Sunday?
You did?
Yeah.
What for?
For, testicular pain.
For what?
Testicular pain?
Oh, are you alright?
I guess. I went to the clinic and then she was like, you should go to the emergency room to get ultrasounds. So we went there. And
Because of what? Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing.
Is it too quiet or is it cutting out?
I can't tell. I've turned you up, and so I'll try and tell.
I went to the clinic for testicular pain, and then she said I should go to the emergency room to get ultrasounds.
Oh, good lord.
So I went there, and they did it, and then they told me to go to a urologist, and then that's where I went yesterday? Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the end of the anecdote.
What's the upshot of that?
So the first, after the ultrasound people, the ER people, I guess, gave me some, what's it called, antibiotics.
Okay.
And then the urologist said, those antibiotics are okay, but you should also take these other antibiotics.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the end of the anecdote.
So it's some sort of infection then?
Yeah. I don't know how she can tell. Can you see my screen?
I don't know.
Well, try clicking around until you can see my screen, I guess.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Right. I'm trying to find a diagram. Oh, here we go. This image is a little small. Does it get bigger? Okay, here. She said, the urologist said here, epididymis has an infection.
Okay.
And I'm like, how can she tell? Because she didn't like do anything. She just like touched it. Not the, like she didn't touch the epididymis. She touched the outside. She's feeling around and she's like, oh yeah, your epididymis is infected. I'm like, you can tell that just by touching it? What?
I mean, I guess if all you do is touch people's,
because like this is internal, right? Like how can you anyway?
Maybe it hurts in a very specific way.
Yeah, but I know what hurts. She doesn't know what hurts.
As far as you know, maybe she's an empath.
Maybe. Um, First, like a couple of days ago, it was pretty bad. Like I just slept for 22 hours a day, could barely get to the kitchen to get water.
Wow.
But yes, like it's an abscess, which is like a cyst, which is like a pimple for people who don't know what either of those two things mean. And then like, was it 2 days ago? I think it popped while I was sleeping. So like my bed was covered in blood, but then it stopped hurting after that, right?
Oh my god.
So I'm like, oh, good. Okay. Now I'm cured, I guess. But they're saying I gotta take the antibiotics.
God.
What? You're a doctor. You should be able to deal with all this.
Nope. No, thank you.
But yeah. How comes, like, anyway. Where's my just chatting stuff? So, the game we're playing today is Mesopotamia, the game, right? Pausing for Steph's. And then, you remember we read, or did we both read, or maybe only I read, but we both talked about at least Scott Alexander's review of the bicameral mind. What's the name of the author? James Joyce or something like that? I don't remember for sure.
Okay.
Who hypothesized that theory of mind arose in the Bronze Age because I'm sort of piecing together from a couple of different sources now. So one of them is Scott's review of James Joyce's book. Another is this scholar of the Bible that I've been following recently. And what it seems to me is that people used to think that, like, the thing that we today call culture, people back then called God. Like, people thought that these inner thoughts, these inner monologues that you like, you know, like, oh, I should do this today, that was God speaking to them. That's like the bicameral mind's thesis, I think, basically part of it. And then he said that there was a crisis in faith because eventually with the Bronze Age, merchants would go to other cities, I guess, and they had different culture there. Like, he didn't phrase it this way, but now I'm, you know, in my synthesis, I'm phrasing it this way. They had different cultures, which meant that the gods there were telling those people different things than what the gods here are telling us, right? And so then they're like, wait, so then what is, you know, how much is it all fake? I guess, you know, is the crisis that they're having. And that's when they started to frame it, instead of saying God is telling me, you know, I should do this. It's just, that's just your thoughts. Like, I think I should do this. I'm thinking, oh, I should do this. And so people shifted to identifying these as no longer as the speeches of gods, but now as your own thoughts, which led them to say, well, gods aren't talking to us anymore. Like, you know, in ancient times, like my ancestors, my parents, my grandparents all said God would tell them what to do, but God isn't telling me what to do. Why has God forsaken us? And that was the big crisis that bicameral mind writes about. And the Bible scholar guy, he reflects some of this. He doesn't talk about this whole like conception of inner monologue being voices from God, but he does sort of like independently confirm, because he's not talking about this book at all. He's just, you know, talking in general, that it seemed like there was a belief at some point that every different city had their own God, right? I sort of talked about this when I said, like, you know, he was pointing out that people tend to think of the Bible as monotheistic, but it's not. Like, it talks about every city has a God, but our God, Yahweh, is the real one. You know, you should listen to our city's God, not those other cities. So I feel like, you know, there's some sort of confirmation there going on. But you know, this is sort of like shower thoughts. This isn't deep scholarly work that I'm doing here.
Right. But it's hard to know. Like, maybe they've just read each other.
Yeah. Hey, Only Bang redeemed the rice purity question. Number 11. Has Nebu ever done the following? Given or receive a hickey? And then there's a poll where you can vote on what you think the answer is. Has Nebu ever given or received a hickey? Where's my list here? I'm kind of scrolling through my list. I didn't add too many new entries, so I don't. And I'm not super enthusiastic about some of these. Oh, yeah. No, I'm gonna skip this one also.
Okay. I guess we can talk about whatever that is.
It's a 50-50 split. The results are in for the poll. Like, 50% say yes, I have given a hickey, and 50% said no, I haven't given a hickey. I don't think I've given or received a hickey, but I'm not confident. I'm pretty sure I've never given one. I think I'm not sure if I ever received one. It just doesn't seem like a pleasant experience. Like, you know, to do a... It's like a hard sucking kiss to the point where it leaves a mark on like your neck, for example, right? Is the idea. Yeah, I don't know.
That is indeed the idea.
You want to do the pointed?
I don't remember what it is.
It's trivia, basically, with a little bit of like
Oh, sure.
self-calibration.
Okay.
No vacuum, Nebu. Yeah, no vacuuming for me. So here are the topics: tariff science, more tariffs, fashion, investment, travel, even more tariffs, geography, movie, tariffs again. Okay, I think there's a theme with this puzzle this week. I think they do a new one every week. So where are we feeling confident and where are we feeling not so confident? Only Mang says TT.
I'm not super confident about fashion.
Yeah, I agree. Only Mang says TTS off. It's only because no, there's just usually no TTS during Steph streams because, well,
She hates it.
yeah. I feel like our best category is going to be science,
Yeah, probably.
and then maybe investments. Or do you think tariffs, like, it's going to be something we know? Maybe, you know, like, because it's.
I hope it'll be stuff we know.
So you want to go like all in on tariff 1 in science, and then drop maybe movies, travel, geography, investments. Oh, do we have to drop everything for that? You want to go all in on tariffs and science?
I don't have. I don't like the gambling part of it. I'll let you do that.
Okay. I'm just trying. In order for me to do the gambling part, I need to figure out what topics are you confident on, and so you don't have to give me like a number, but science probably, right? Like surely you and me together, we're gonna know more about science, right, than any of these other topics.
Yeah, it's hard to know because it's going to be new science, right?
No,
Maybe
not
like,
necessarily.
what did they
It's
discover?
like
Oh, it's not.
It could be. It's just what they're talking about now, right? But that doesn't mean it happened now.
Yeah, I think it's going to ask questions we don't know about
About
science.
the ovoid neuron, maybe.
Yeah.
And then, like, I feel like at least me, I don't know about you. I've been hearing so much about tariffs that I must have heard the answer to one of these tariffs questions, right? But I don't know which one. So I'm just arbitrarily picking the first one to. Because I mean, fashion, like you said, travel. I feel like I have no expertise on that. Geography, I'm garbage. Maybe you might be good at geography, but I'm gonna be garbage at that. Movies, nope. Investments, maybe, you know. All right. Wendy Mink says, what about tariffs and tariffs again, or even more tariffs? Yeah, we have to pick one. Like with the strat I'm going for, I'm going to say we probably know one of the tariff answers, but I don't know which one. So I'm just picking one arbitrarily. All right, let's go. What is the next number in this ever-increasing tariff-related sequence? 20, 54, 104, 125, question mark. As
I
of
think
this
it's 145, right?
As of this writing, the answer was also the last number in the sequence, though in a week like this one, the pointed team can't promise that's still the case. You're saying 145? What is this, Steph? You wanna...
This is the tariffs imposed on China, the total amount.
Yeah, I think it's a back and forth, in fact. I think... didn't China give us 54, and so then we gave them 104 or something like that? And...
Yeah, that might be right.
Okay. When he says, y'all know so much about the damn tariffs, my marriage is a whole political statement. Oh, y'all, I know so much about the... Well, okay, so anyway, what do you think the answer is for this one? Do you also think it's 145? I don't know the answer to this one. I know, like, I think... I reckon it's a sequence, but I don't know what the latest... What happened
The latest
next.
is definitely 145, so,
okay.
So I'm pretty confident.
Only also says 0.5. All right, so let's do a 2x. In fact, if you guys are really confident, we just go straight for 3x. I was gonna do 2x on this and 3x on sides, but we know this one. Let's do 3x on this one. Yep, that was right.
Great.
84% got right. The White House's reciprocal tariffs went into effect only for a short time before most were rolled back. Or new tariffs on Chinese imports are still in place and have only increased over the course of April. Existing 20% tariff. Oh no, okay, this is just US to China. It's not with the back and forth. All right, science. The biotech firm Colossal Bioscience announced it used gene editing technology to de-extinct an animal not seen on Earth for more than 12,000 years. Before this moment, the animal is perhaps most famous for appearing in which popular book series? You know the answer?
I know it's direwolves.
Yeah,
but
I know it's direwolf also. I don't know any of these.
Which
so
book
direwolves
series?
are not in Jurassic Park, right?
Right.
Are they in Harry Potter, Song of Ice, Chronicles of Narnia?
Man.
Well, he says GPU prices in Canada have skyrocketed because of tariffs. Where are the GPUs made? Aren't they made in Taiwan or something like that? Or are they made in the US? Are they like, is the chip made in Taiwan, sent to US, in China? But Canada and China don't have a trade war going on, do they? So why would the GPU price go up in Canada? Sorry, were you about to say something, Steph? Maybe I interrupted you.
Is Song of Ice and Fire the one that's a George R.R. Martin, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, he backed financially bringing back the dire wolf, didn't he?
I was not aware of that. Rebecca says Ice and Fire. All right, let's go with 2x. Yep, you guys are right. Honeybang agrees. Only 47% got right. Turns out direwolf weren't just a thing in George's Song on Fire Ice. You guys, oh, they even named it Remus, Romulus, and Khaleesi. I knew one of them was named Remus, but I didn't know that those were the names of characters in the TV show. Or are they actually? Now I'm not sure. That's not what it said. I was just
Remus and Romulus are not, but I don't think.
But Khaleesi is, right?
The wolves that founded Rome. But Khaleesi is, I think. I don't watch Game of Thrones, but or haven't watched it, but
I heard that it's the thing that happened, the science thing that happened is a lot of hype, really. Because what happened is they took they found direwolf DNA, right, from fossils or whatever, and then they modified the wolf DNA to be closer to the direwolf.
Closer, yeah.
And then they made
and then they're like,
an embryo
we did it.
birth. Yeah, and then they're like, this is a direwolf, and we're like, we don't know that that's a direwolf, right? Like it's not clear because we don't know what direwolf used to look like, so we don't know if this is what is this close or is this completely off? And they posted a video of the thing howling. And they're like, this is the first time we hear the direwolf howl. But we don't know if the direwolf sounded like this. Like, maybe they sound completely different. We don't have the reference to compare it to, you know?
Right.
Anyway. This is more tariffs. In January, a certain chief executive officer said that its tariffs were implemented well. Oh, does that say if? Okay. If tariffs were implemented well, it could be good for U.S. national security and people would need to get over it. This week, before Trump reversed course on this tariff policy, the same CEO warned the quicker the issue is resolved, the better. Which company does he lead? This is the guy who like went back and forth, I guess, in an embarrassment. And I don't know this.
Oh man.
Only Bank says JP Morgan. Rebecca says I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, unfortunately.
I think if I were guessing without without Oni Bang's input, I would have said General Motors. But I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna go JP Morgan. It was correct. Jamie Dimon saw danger in Trump's new tariff as they were first implemented. Some of the negative effects of increased community over time would be hard to reverse, he warned in his annual shareholder letter. Dimon, one of many executives expressed concern. 82% of people knew this thing. Hearing so much Fox News comes in clutch one in the US. Prada, this is fashion. Prada agreed to buy a luxury fashion clothier from Capri Holdings for about 1.38 billion. What is the name of the company whose maximalist aesthetic might seem to clash with Prada's minimalist one? What did Prada buy? I have no idea.
I'm guessing from the maximalist aesthetic that it's Versace, but I don't have this. I don't have a lot of fashion.
Okay. Rebecca says
skill.
Versace, and Onibang also says Versace. So you guys are making me think it's Versace. Yeah. Rebecca says, I'm a fashion student, trust me. 76% got this.
Oh,
right.
nice. Nice.
Prada, known for its simple and elegant designs,
Bet it all on fashion.
is set to acquire Versace, known for its bondage dresses. I guess maybe that's this one. And Medusa head pillows. The two fashion houses may seem like color opposites, and that's kind of the point, according to analysts who think a deal could help Prada take on French powerhouse LVMH. Investments. What's the MH?
Moet. Ask our fashion person.
In times of chaos, investors often put their money into the safe havens of U.S. treasuries. However, given the recent whiplash caused by the U.S. economy, some investors are wondering if a better alternative might be which German investment. If you add one letter, you get the name of a Tor cake. Well, I know the answer to this one.
Oh, well, that's helpful. The cake one, because if you add a T at the end, it turns into a cake.
Yeah, it's Bunt. Bunt is the cake, and Bund, I guess, is the German thing. Though they had some, like one of the things they had was spong, I saw, which I guess people might think, oh, sponge cake, right? Travel. The island of Koh Samui is anticipating a record 2.7 million tourists after this year after being featured in a hit television show. In which body of water does the island lie? It's up to you, Steph. I have no idea.
It's a Thai island, so I'm gonna guess the Gulf of Thailand.
All right.
Is that?
That's
yeah,
correct.
I'm gonna guess that. Okay. You're like, it's already
I'm
correct.
clicking it, and then and then you after you say it's Thailand, I'm like, okay. I'm clicking, and you say, oh, let me think of it some more. I'm like, oh god. Apparently, the White Lotus took place on it.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Even more tariffs. Phew, a last-minute carve-out in one of Trump's new tariff has created an exemption for which import? Under the rule, a Testarossa wouldn't be subject to the tariff, but an Enzo would.
There used to be a Ferrari Testarossa, right?
Yeah. I was going to say Testarossa makes me think of car, but I don't know what Enzo is. Is there a car called Enzo? Well, he says, what the F is a Enzo?
I mean, is it a Ferrari?
I wouldn't be
I'm
surprised.
guessing it's a Ferrari as well, because the Testarossa was a Ferrari, and Ferrari was founded by a guy named Enzo Ferrari, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think.
But the thing is, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that Testarossa is also the name of a bird, right? Because he named the car after the bird or something.
Right, but like, why would we be getting
an exemption for birds? Like, as if we had a rational decision-making process for Terrace?
Let's guess cars.
Where the freaking penguins?
Yeah, right.
It is the car.
Expensive tariffed birds that you're purchasing.
For all I know, like, Trump likes birds, and he's like, I don't want to pay the tariff, so he's like, okay, so birds are exempt, you know?
Yeah, entirely possible.
Congratulations to Chang Yi, the winner of the Aeronautical Facility Oscars, better known as the Skytrax World Airport Awards. It won top prize for the world's best airport, which is great info as long as you know where to find Chang Yi. In which city-state is it located? Wait, didn't we already have a geography question? Why did we got to... Or was the other one travel, quote-unquote?
Probably. I know this from my Kinu. Something about...
Are you a paid sponsor of Kinu? Every time Kinu comes out, you're like, oh, it's so great. And I'm like, it's meh. And you're like, no, it's awesome. And then...
I don't think that happens, but it did teach me that Changi is the main airport of Singapore.
You know, I was like, I feel like with Kinu people are not like, you know, outliers, and you're like, oh, only 5% of people, or I don't remember what you said.
Yeah.
You remember that outlier conversation we had?
Mm-hmm.
See? Movies. The first box office smash of the year grossed $301 million globally in its opening weekend. The movie, which takes place mainly in the overworld, is based on which video game? Okay, I'm pretty sure I know this one.
Is it Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft. Only saying Sonic, I don't know if she's trolling or if she is genuinely mistaken. Sonic was a previous year, right? It's this year. And overworld, I think, is what they call, like, not hell in Minecraft. The main place you play in.
I think it's the starting, it's where you start. Or something. I don't know. The kids tell me about it.
Yeah. Minecraft. Tariffs again. In the midst of a historic market slide, the Nasdaq on April 7 briefly swung from -5% to +4% because of an, at the time, erroneous post on social media platform X. Which of the following is an excerpt from that post? I'm not aware of this. I totally did not hear about this. What the heck? I know that I know that Trump posted on
like there was that
True Social saying keep cool, you know, and also like what was he called? He had a nickname for the like you guys are worry knacks or something like that, like
Yippee.
Well, he did say the word yippee like at some point, but he came up, you know, like because I remember because the Daily Show, I think it was making a joke about how Trump's names used to be catchy, like Sleepy Joe or whatever. But then his new name for the people who worry, the worry knacks or whatever, was like really dumb. And then,
oh god, that's amazing.
So I know, but those tweets. The thing is, it's not Twitter, right? It's Truth Social, which is Trump's like private Twitter thing, I guess. Like it's a different social media site. And I thought it was really funny. This guy, because so when you post on Twitter, it's called a tweet, right? And so you have a verb. He tweeted that, and so what the author did, he says Trump is posting on Truth Social, right? So he truthed that he did this thing, like he truthed that Warren Buffett is in support of tariffs, for example. Which I don't know.
Truth.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. I mean, I'm guessing.
It just sounds so funny to me, like this use of language, like.
My guess is. Okay, so he did consider a 90-day pause.
Well, that is what happened in the end.
He did do a 90-day pause, yeah. So is it possible there was a fake tweet about that? That like somebody else knew he was going to, and that gave him the idea, or didn't know it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's that aspect, but I feel like if that's what happened, then I would have known about it, right?
Right.
Because that would be the key headline when people talked about how he tweeted these things.
Right.
But that wasn't the key headline. The key headline was how dumb the nickname he came up with, and
right.
And the keep cool, and and now's a great time to buy. He tweeted also.
Right. Well, I'm thinking it wasn't from him.
Oh, it's just like some rando posted something, and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, and that that's I'm worried that the fake tweet gave him the idea, because that's how he rolls. But I don't know. I feel really confident that we can eliminate Warren Buffett in support of tariffs, because I don't think that would swing the market 10 points. I think everybody would be like, no, he isn't. That's weird. But
all right, you want to just do 90 days pause and tariffs then?
Sure.
Oh my gosh, how?
Jesus. What a crazy person. Okay, what does it say?
Oni says Warren Buffett is it, I think, because stock market. I mean, yeah, at the first approximation, you hear the word stock market, you hear the word, Warren Buffett, you're like, okay, these probably go together. An April 7th post from an obscure account, it is some rando, an obscure account on X falsely claimed that Kevin Hassett, the National Economic Council Director, said there would be a 90-day pause on tariffs for all countries except China. Despite a lack of evidence, the post was shared widely. Within minutes, markets rallied, but the sigh of relief proved short-lived until, of course, a 90-day pause actually happened later in the week. So some rando made it up, and then like you said, maybe Taffer's like, oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, I should do that. Because look this, like when the rando tweeted, the market went up 10%. So I should do it.
Yeah, the market got better.
The market will go up 10%.
And then I will get credit for letting the hostage out of my basement.
I think we got optimal score. All right, we put all, like, I gambled all our points into these two. I gave them both 3x multipliers, and then everything else, meaning like I used the multiplier as much as I could, and then everything else was positive. Like we didn't make any mistakes. So 190 is the optimal score you can get, I guess.
Amazing.
All right, ready to explore the bicameral mind?
Yeah.
I don't know what type of game this is. What do you think about the bicameral mind hypothesis? And maybe you can explain it in your own words for people who arrive late and miss my explanation of it.
I don't find it very convincing.
So what is the hypothesis, first of all, so that people know what it is that you don't find convincing?
Bicameral mind. The hypothesis is so this is what you were talking about, or
yeah.
Okay. So the theory is that it's the cameral part of it. Like, what does cameral mean?
I don't know. I thought bicameral mind means like two halves or something like that.
And there is a part of this theory that's like two halves. Like it basically the theory is that people perceived their own thoughts as the thoughts of God, basically.
Yeah. And the mass is really
That like
sensitive.
they paid attention to one half of their brain, which was they believed was them, and then the other half of it they sort of believed was the voice of God. And the idea is, I guess, like they believed their internal monologue was the voice of God.
Yeah.
And I just, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Well, I guess like I feel like it would be a cultural thing in this in sense of like as a infant, right? You don't know what's really going on, but then you grow up around adults that all around you tell you, oh, when you feel inspired to do something, that's God telling you to do something. Then you just accept it at face value, right? And you don't realize or like it's sort of a Sapphire Whorf type of thing where the language doesn't exist to give you the ability to realize that you have your own thoughts, perhaps.
Right, but then you'd have to assume that a cultural explanation evolved before a much easier to understand cultural explanation.
Well, what's the easier
I just
cultural explanation?
that you have thoughts, that you uh I mean, maybe it's so intuitive for me that I can't unintuit it.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I'm wondering, like, unless people ever tell you that, by the way, it's normal to have thoughts, or even tell you the word thought, right? You might not realize that you have that you have thoughts.
Why would you not realize that you have thoughts?
I feel like that's a default, right? Like, I think kids don't realize they have thoughts, for example. They just like experiences happen and they take actions and they don't introspect at all, maybe.
So, looking at comparative um, brain networks across um, different species of animals, the evidence suggests that what um, humans have that other people do not, that other animals do not, excuse me, is the ability to convey the counterfactuals and the imaginations and the experiences that are only in our mind, that we can convey that to other people, and that's what language evolved for, was to be able to give that information to someone else. So now that we can tell another human, like, oh hey, I had this weird dream, or oh hey, when I went and looked there last time, there were these big juicy mastodons, or I think we should do this instead. That like that kind of information, and other animals can't really do that. They may be able to experience those things. They may have some knowledge of that, but they have a hard time um, conveying it to other people, especially counterfactuals or autobiographical information or musings that you have. And so it seems likely then that that's what language was for. And so that seems like people were aware that they were experiencing autobiographical memories, counterfactuals, hypotheticals, wishes that weren't actually happening, those types of things, and that didn't think that those were the work of the voice of God. Because then why would you, if you're hearing the voice of God and you just assume it's the voice of God, like you wouldn't have to convey it to anyone because everybody would be getting the same message.
Good morning, Dad.
Hello, Adam. I need you to bring me some water from the river. Will you?
Of course, Dad. I'll be right on it.
The bucket's behind you, Adam.
Is it the thing I'm holding in my hand? The bucket? Because I don't see a bucket behind me otherwise then.
That just seems like an easier way to understand it than to like assume, like, because you'd have to invent, you'd have to learn the concept of a god, like without the ability to know that some people didn't know about God. Doesn't even
No,
make any
like I
sense.
think
I
the
don't get
assumption
it.
that everybody knows about God, right? That's why the way we phrase it today is everybody has thoughts.
Yes, but like you'd have to learn the existence of God, right? In order for you to think that your thoughts come from God or the gods.
Yeah, but you
Somebody would have to
probably
tell you,
learn
like,
that almost
oh,
like
there's
pre-verbally, right? By observing how the adults around you behave.
right, but somebody first had to invent the idea of a god.
Yeah, I am curious about how that would have worked.
Right.
Like not even outside of this hypothesis, just in general. Like who first came out with this idea, right? Like
Right.
and
And
I
then
guess
you'd
it
have to
was
convey that to other people so that like multiple people were now believing in God. And you'd have to do it in a way that you didn't recognize that your own thoughts were your own thoughts.
well, I think it's more like you didn't even realize you were having thoughts. You were just doing like you're just going through life, and then
That you'd have to realize that you had thoughts in order to tell other people, like, oh, hey, I think there's a God.
well, maybe they didn't have that. Maybe they didn't say that, right? Or they couldn't say that. Maybe they said like there is a God rather than I think there's a God. And
But why
so
would you say that if you don't think other people have different thoughts in their head? Why would you communicate it at all?
because you have to teach things to people in general, right? Like there's a berry over there. There's the juicy mastodons or whatever over there.
But those things all exist, right?
Well, as far like
God is a
yeah, I mean like
abstract concept.
but maybe you don't think you don't realize the distinction at this point. I don't know.
Thank you, son.
No problem, Dad.
Place it on the ground and I will pick it up when I need it.
Here you go, I guess.
I also think you would see more evidence for that supposition in uncontacted or isolated tribes if it were actually true.
How are you doing, Adam?
Doing good, Alako.
I saw you helping your dad. You will not be shy to help your neighbor too, right?
Sure. What is it?
You know that scumbag, Darwish?
That guy that keeps making trouble with everyone?
Exactly. He has been stealing my crops again.
So what's demanded from me?
The bare minimum. I don't want you to speak to him or even hurt him. Just retrieve my crops, please. I don't want any problems.
So the other guy stole his crops and I have to get it back. Is that what he's saying?
You have to do the bare minimum.
Which is what?
Post on Truth Social about it.
I think so the thing he wants me to do is retrieve the crops, but I'm trying to understand the story here. The other guy stole the crops or something like that, and now I'm bringing them back.
I think so.
Perhaps we go across the bridge. Chugger says, hi, Nebu. Hi, Steph. Hey, Chucker. How's it going? Yeah, I missed the part where we played... What was it called? Pointed? I forgot the name of the game. The quiz thing. How do
I do think you called it pointed, yes.
How do I take the crops? I just pull
We didn't
the
just
grass out of the
play,
ground?
we decimated it.
We divided by 10. Or subtracted 1/10. The definition of decimated has two... There's two definitions that are in wide use, I guess. Do you think the watermelons are the crops?
Sure, watermelons are crops.
Yep, it was.
I like how you carry them.
Yeah.
Do you know the famous line from Dirty Dancing? I
Nope.
carried a watermelon.
Nope.
That made it sound as if it's the most famous line in Dirty Dancing, which it absolutely isn't.
I don't know any line from Dirty Dancing.
You don't know Nobody Puts Baby in the Corner?
I've heard that
Surely
line
you know that
before,
one.
but I did not know that it was
see, you knew it.
from... No, but if
You knew it.
Here's the thing. If you
Don't try and pretend you
if you
didn't
put on
know
the
that
left a
line.
bunch of lines, including that line, and then on the right you put a bunch of movies, including Dirty Dancing, and you like draw the arrow, a line to the matching pairs, I would not have done better than Chance.
I'm just saying, you knew that line.
Oh, thank you, Adam. Good job.
So,
What is it?
a fair day's pay after a fair day's work.
Yeah. Don't you understand? We live in a capitalistic society. When was capitalism invented?
I guess after the bicameral mind.
Oh yeah, almost forgot. Here's a shekel I have saved. It's all yours.
Thanks.
On the spot, since you're here, can you give this back to my brother? But no pays this time.
Whatever.
Where's the bag that he wants me to give? Or is it
Why are
already
we
in my
working
inventory?
for free now?
I saw another, like, speaking of like poor scholarship, I saw another hypothesis with, that just asserts things with no evidence, which is that there was never really a barter system before the invention of money.
Mm.
Like, what would happen is people would live in villages and they would just help each other out. And then money got invented. And then bartering was invented after money, where for some reason the local money supply would fail in some way. And then you would say, I'll give you these 2 chickens for those 5 apples or whatever like that. And because you had a preconceived notion of how much your chicken was worth and how much apples were worth. Like, so bartering came after money rather than before, because the common belief, and this person claims misconception, is that humans used to barter, but then someone invented money, and that made bartering easier. But
Was that David Graeber?
It was some YouTube rando, but maybe he read David Graeber and then was citing or repeating that thing, repeating the arguments. You know what I mean? Popularizing it. And so, because I didn't do my independent research, and I just said, oh, that's an interesting hypothesis, with no strong feelings about whether or not it might be true. That's sort of how I feel about the bicameral mind. I say, oh, it's interesting. Don't know if it's true.
Gotcha.
And you're
David Graeber is he passed away. A really interesting thinker. He wrote a book called Debt: The First 5,000 Years that you might like.
I'm trying to figure out where
He
to
also
write this
wrote The
down.
Dawn of Everything, or co-wrote The Dawn of Everything, which you might have heard of. I'm not sure.
Nope.
Um,
That
and
first 5,000 years?
yep.
Okay, wrote it down.
Alako sent you this.
Oh, my great brother. Have a good day then. You too.
Oh, all my missions are done. Oh, wait, new mission. Let's get started. Meet aren't I Alako? Or I'm Adam. Sorry, no, my dad called me Adam, so I'm Adam. Isn't Alako the guy? Oh, is he the guy who stole the watermelons?
I think he's the guy whose watermelons were stolen.
Oh. Because the thing meet Alako, implying that I haven't met them yet.
Oh. Maybe it just means like go meet with
up with
him
him,
to
okay,
get your
yeah.
next mission. Yeah.
And yeah, here's the watermelons I returned. Hello?
That's an interesting mustache that he's got going on.
Your dad, I saw.
What about him?
The warriors, they took him.
Oh, my dad?
What?
Alako's telling me the wars took my dad.
What? Who told them to do so?
The king, he did.
But why? My dad never hurt anyone.
I really don't know. I asked, but got no information.
Okay, thanks. I'll see what I can do.
Find anything your dad could have left behind. Okay. Like this water jug that he made me get and he didn't even take or do anything with. Oh, we might be...
My dad's axe. And what more is there to ask for? I'll help you no matter
What the heck?
I
Camera's
promise
just
you, Dad.
changed. Let's do a flying into the sky perspective.
I just want to know, what ended you up in prison?
This is not me controlling. This is like scripted cutscene, I guess.
What could he have done? And what will I do to help him? But most importantly, what is the future hiding for me?
Meet Yaldiko. Okay. When I saw that axe, I was like, oh, looks like we're about to participate in peaceful protest.
With an axe?
Yeah. To the king. I'm guessing you're Yaldiko. How do I... For some reason, I don't know what button to press. Like it's... That makes me talk to them. Because sometimes I talk to them, sometimes I don't.
my
Yeah,
good
there
old
we go.
friend.
What the heck?
Yaldiko, it's been a while.
Indeed it has. So I was wondering, you remember that place we used to play at when we were kids, behind Mako's Bakery?
You're not going to ask me why I'm walking around with an axe?
Of course, how could I forget?
Good to hear. I am planning to make it into a miniature farm. Nothing big, just to feed me once in a while.
Sounds like a great idea, man.
And you can use it whenever you want. That, if you help me, of course.
I don't see a reason that prevents me. I'll be right on it.
Aside from my dad's in prison.
Reason that prevents me from helping you with
I
your
have already
small
dug the
farm.
holes. Take these seeds and plant them. I think you'll have
I
to
can
make
use
multiple trips
whenever I
back
want.
and forth.
Alright, no worries. I'll tell you once I'm done.
This reminds me, there's another game called... the name is slipping me now. But it's a Japanese game. And your dad also gets captured. I think by like the Yakuza or something like that, rather than the government. But then,
Okay.
and then your character's like, I will stop at nothing before I rescue him. And then like, the entire
But
thing
first-
is doing chores. Yeah, like for other, like, you know, a girl lost her puppy, so you're gonna try to help her find her
Sure.
puppy, and then, and you have to you need money to do some quests, so you get a job as a forklift driver, you know, and
Oh,
just,
sure.
like,
I will
just,
stop at nothing except maybe.
let me put the axe down. Maybe is that what's the problem? I don't have to pick up the seeds. What the heck? Oh, there we go. I got the seeds. Though you better not steal my axe. Or else I'll come back and I'll getcha with my axe that I no longer have. Why is his farm so far away from his house? What a pain
It's a
this
small
is.
farm that might feed him sometimes. You
From
can use
time
it
to
whenever
time.
you want.
Yeah. How do I place it? Oh, that's how. Oh god, I have to, he said you're gonna have to make multiple trips, right? Do I have multiple seeds? No, I don't. It's one seed at a time. I can only hold one seed. Also, I forgot where his house was now, so if I go back, I don't know. I think he was in this direction.
This part does feel
Was it
slightly
here?
true to life.
How do I pick up? Oh, corn seed. Okay. Oh, so he's got a variety of crops.
Cautionary tale about what happens to your brain if you use your phone too much.
What are you talking about?
You become only able to carry one thing at a time, and you often forget what you are like what you're supposed to be working on or where it is or it's a story about brain rot.
Yeah, but it's not true, is what I'm saying.
Unlike the story that we're doing now, which is true. Emotionally true.
Oh, Shenmue, that's the name of the game. I was thinking about one where you're the Japanese game where your dad gets kidnapped and you'll stop at nothing to rescue him. I didn't even plant this one yet, and this is Return to Yellow Deco. Whatever, I'll plant it anyway. And grab my axe before I talk to him because I'm worried there's gonna be a cutscene that'll teleport me somewhere else and then I won't have my axe anymore. Hello? There we go.
Great job. I highly appreciate it.
No problem.
Count it as yours. Use it whenever you like.
Appreciate it, Yaldiko.
You know, you can take whatever you harvest and sell it to Sargon.
The old guy that has a small vegetable shop in town?
Exactly.
Thanks for the information. See you.
See you.
Reunion, the start of a long journey. Meet Mako at his bakery. Are you Mako? Hello?
With whom is the trouble this time? Oh, Adam, I don't only call you when I'm in trouble. Oh, really? Not always. How about avoiding problems altogether? I'll try, but let us solve this one first. Did you just say us? It seems like you only call me when you're in trouble. It's not what it seems. In the past month, you've had issues with Dermaz, Darwish, Galdiko, and others. I'll give you this one. Let me guess. It's about Darwish. I won't give you this one. It's Dermaz. I gave him bread, a bunch of it. He was supposed to pay me back 3 shekels, though he never did. Will you look into it? I know he fears you a lot. I'll do my best, but no promises.
Dermaz? Okay. Why is it like in the air now, the quest marker? Is it just saying that he's in this house, but not exactly where? Huh? He's not in the house though. Is he on top of the house? There's no way, right? Yeah, I don't see anyone up there.
Maybe up in the mountain.
Well, it's like hovering above this house. See, like if I rotate around the house. Oh, here he is, I guess.
Give me Mako's shekels. Now.
Oh, I see. He told you.
Stop playing around. Give me the shekels.
Oh, sorry. Here you go.
From now on, start thinking twice before misbehaving, because I'll be always on your tail. Always.
Yeah. Dermaz, or whatever your name was.
I thought he feared us greatly.
I think he did, and still does, and will continue to do so in the future.
Except for the part where he doesn't.
What makes you think he doesn't? I'm super fearsome.
Mm,
Look at my axe.
Here you go, 2 shekels. Where's the third? Well, I deserve one, don't I? Sure, you can keep it. Thanks a lot. No problem, as long as there are shekels involved.
Oh, he's gone. Get to Yaldiko's farm. I thought that was our farm. You said you'd share me.
Adam,
he said you could use it whenever you want.
He said it's as if it's yours or something like that. I forget the exact wording, but he said something like that.
I came here to get some work done.
Is it so? So you're in need of some money?
Yeah, ever since my dad was put in prison, I've been short on shekels.
Yeah, ever since 5 seconds ago, I've been kind of short on shekels.
I see. Would you mind some extra shekels?
Of course not. But how?
Bucko, he has made a good trade recently, and he is overflowing on shekels. So, I guess we could use some of that.
Are you saying stealing?
Lower your voice. People will hear. Yes, I am. He has so much. If we take a little, he won't even notice.
I don't know about that.
Look, I know you're in need of some money. Don't resist.
Not enough to convince me.
Bucko is a bad guy. He will probably use the shekels to hurt people and gain more power.
Alright, sure. But this will be our first and last time.
So I have a plan in mind.
Look, I was
Once we reach
easily
his house,
persuaded.
he will stay hidden, and I will distract him. I will not be able to distract him for long. You have to be quick. Get in his house and find where he's hiding the shekels. Take some and leave. Then meet me at my house and we will split the shekels there.
How is he contributing to the plan again?
He's gonna distract Bako or whatever the guy's name was.
Are you thinking twice before misbehaving? Because
I don't even think once before misbehaving.
Now stay back.
Stay back? Like go in here? See? Wait. What? He just left. He's obviously trying to frame me, right? Like he's like, oh yeah, I'll distract him, and he just leaves.
Bye. Proudly.
Where the
Have
heck?
fun robbing. Bye.
This must be the shekels, right? Back here. How do I pick him up? Hello? Shekels. What the heck? Now's not the time for me not to know how to pick things up. Oh, is it one of those fucking you can only hold one things again? I'm sure if I leave my axe here, they won't realize it was me that stole it, right?
I mean, that's probably
Yep,
how your dad
look.
got framed, honestly.
See, I'm holding the shekels. I can't hold the axe at the same time. But surely they won't connect the crime to me. But I am a little bit paranoid about that, so I'm just gonna drop the shekels right here for now. Then go back and grab my axe again. Because as Sherlock Holmes says, is it Sherlock who said that? Like the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime.
Was it?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Some guy, isn't that a famous quote from some fictional detective? That the
I thought it was something they said about arsonists.
oh,
Maybe.
there we go. Is there really, hang on, is there like controls? There's no way for me to carry two things at the same time. No, controls is just, how about help? Drag drop? Use dagger, throw stone. Okay, so there is no... I was hoping there's like an inventory button so I can say put the axe in my inventory. In my backpack or whatever, and then pick up... hold the shekels in my hand or something, I don't know.
You got the shekels?
I got them. Here are half of them. 17 shekels.
That was amazing.
But that was risky. We could have been caught.
But we did not, so yeah, looking forward to be working with you again.
Forget about it.
Dialogue is pretty amazing.
Meet Alako at his house. Alright.
Adam, I know you have been having hard times.
It is true. I do indeed miss my dad. I need to know why they took him.
It's only been like 10 seconds.
You will, I'm sure. But that's not why I called you.
Then what is it?
Baco, the salesman. You know him.
Yes, I do.
He has a blacksmith shop that he's looking to sell.
And how will that make my times better?
He's asking 35 shekels for it. A great deal, if you ask me. I was thinking that you could buy it and make a living out of it.
Wait, buying the entire blacksmith's business is 35 bucks, shekels, and I just stole 17 bucks from our guy, so I bought like half of a business. Like I stole half of a business from the other guy.
Yeah,
because a business, like in like if you today's money, right? Like if you a business is like what $500,000, something like that, right? If you want to buy like a Subway franchise or something, I don't know, a pawn shop. It's like it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And so I bought like half. I stole half of that. The guy just under his bed was stashing $250,000, which I just took.
Yeah, it was.
Actually, no. I took
was
the
he
full.
doing? He had a lot of extra shekels.
I took the whole
Swimming
500,000
in shekels.
because I split half with the other guy, right? And I kept 250,000.
He was swimming in shekels. You just took a couple.
But I know nothing about smithery.
You'll figure it out.
Oh, good point, Alako. Thanks.
I mean, if you say so.
Go meet him at his house.
Don't ask me how I came into this money, but I would like to buy your blacksmithery from you. Wait, isn't this the guy I just stole from? Yeah. This is like really dumb. Definitely don't ask me how I came into this money.
Hello, Baco.
Do I know you?
Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Adam.
Okay.
I heard about the blacksmith you wanted to sell. I'm interested.
You could have said that from the beginning.
Where is it located?
It's on the other side of town. It's pretty far away. I don't know if it's suitable for you.
It is perfect.
Then pay up 35 shekels.
Here you go.
Like, wait a minute. These shekels have my name written on them.
Turned Adam. He got his money back. Almost double. But I'm still thankful. The blacksmith shop will make me one step closer to that. Since it's on the other side of town, no one will know me. So if I ask people about the farmer who was arrested, they'll just assume it's out of curiosity and won't know that I'm his son. That way I'll be able to gather information about him and maybe get to know why he was arrested.
I feel like on the other side of town, it's not far enough away that people won't figure out why you're investigating this one farmer's arrest. Right? Despite this being pre-Twitter, I feel like the
I don't know.
rumors
These
will be
people
able
are pretty
to...
busy picking up one watermelon at a time.
How about the invention of dual wielding? When do you think that comes up? Like a different object in each hand, realizing that you have two hands. You see, it's the bimanual mind, right? when the Stone Age bursts into productivity, when everybody realized I have two hands that I can hold things with.
I better start working. I'm gonna sit here and wait until someone shows up eventually.
Okay, but you don't know anything about blacksmithing, so when they show, what are you gonna do?
That's how you start working. You sit down and wait for someone to show up.
Also, like, even in medieval times, or like, this is even older than medieval times.
Like,
Like,
showing up. Something strange is going on. I'll wait a bit more.
even in ancient times, like, I'm just gonna sit here. How long till someone comes along and says, "I need the services of a blacksmith," right? Like once every year, once a month, right? Like, how long?
You did some focus testing and made sure this was a good invention.
I've had enough. I'm going to tell Dico. He'll probably figure something out.
Because like it's only when like there's a war, so they need weapons, or like, you know, like a new farmer moves in, so he needs like a plow or something, or, you know, a pitchfork. Then I make that, right? And then like once you make the pitchfork, he's not gonna need another one for like, you know, 20, 30 years, right? So
it depends. Did he leave the pitchfork at a scene of a crime? And he has to really quickly be like, "Oh, that's not my pitchfork. I have this other one."
yeah, so I mean, you're looking around. There's like what, like 20 people in this village, right? So like, how much business are you gonna get as a blacksmith? He sat there for like 30 seconds. He's like, "Huh, really weird that there's no customers showing up. Something must be wrong. I have to go investigate."
Better investigate.
Yeah. Me knowing, you know, have zero experience in the blacksmith business, my intuition tells me that I should be receiving customers at a higher rate than this, than every, you know, once every 30 seconds. So. Oh.
Adam, I heard you bought a blacksmith shop on the other side of the town.
See, this is how fast rumors spread. This is why I don't think the, "oh, they won't know he's my dad" plan is a good idea.
Yeah, that is true to some extent, but I've got no customers.
Well, if you factor in that, you're a beginner and got a reputation in the market. Explains a lot.
Also, if you factor in that it's only been 30 seconds, that also explains a lot.
That is in fact true, but if no one will ever come to my store, how will I build my reputation?
Well, there is a solution, but I don't know to what morality level it is acceptable.
I am not going down that path again.
I mean, you came to me. This is what I have to offer. If you succeed, you can pay back later to those you harm now.
What? Okay.
Okay, tell me, what tricks do you have up your sleeve?
Leave that to me and see how customers will start flowing in. But I want half of your earnings the first week.
Let us make it the first day. You know how much I'm in need of those shekels. Thus, you also have a farm to live off. What do I have?
All right, we have got a deal.
Great.
Okay, now I get back to the blacksmith shop. See, there's an easy, the way we set the deal, there's an, all I have to do is not deliver any goods on the first day, right? And then now I owe him nothing. You wanted half my day one revenue? Well, it's 0.
I feel like you wouldn't just be like, "Oh, don't tell me the details of your crime. I'll just leave it to you and give you half my profits."
It depends. I feel like that might be the arrangement you want, right? Like plausible deniability. Like, I don't want to know anything about how you do it. As long as you know, as long as you get me customers, I'll pay you this, and I don't want to know. So if cops come to me and says, "I don't know what he did," you ask him, right? Like, I don't know anything about what he did. I just hired him as my marketing man. I don't know anything about marketing. I don't know if what he did is legal or not. I didn't, you know, it wasn't me. There's I think is it an oil refinery somewhere in Europe?
Let's see how good the Aldiko's plan will work out.
Where they basically said like, they signed a contract maybe with the government or something like that. They said like, we'll pay you $100 per ton of gas or something like that. You know, like, what, I'm making up numbers here. Once the factory is complete, we will guarantee you 100 tons of gas per $100 you pay us, type of thing, right? But then like the price of gas skyrocketed, so that's a really good deal for the government and a really bad deal for the factory. So what the factory did is they start selling the gas on the public market, you know, at like $500 per 100 ton or whatever. And they just said, "Oh, the factory's not finished. You know, we're still working on it." And there's a big dispute about it now. but they're still selling it at that higher price. So that's what I was thinking about when that guy, Yaldiko, whatever his name was, he's like, just give me half your earnings on the first day. I'm like, okay, fine. I won't earn anything on the first day, and that'll be great.
Hello, good sir.
Oh, hi.
My spear broke lately. Will you fix it for me?
Of course. That will be 2 shekels.
Oh, do you think Yaldiko's going around breaking people's spears?
How about
Must
taking
be.
1 more shekel and delivering it to me?
No problem. Where do you live?
Just by Sargon's vegetable shop. You know where that is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Well, see you
Yeah,
there.
because there's 20 people in this town.
The exit's that way, yeah. Okay. So, what do I do? I don't know anything about blacksmithing. Spam the F button as quickly as you
Neither do your
can.
customers.
Okay. Wow, blacksmithing a lot easier than I thought. Pick up the spear tickets. You see, this is the thing. I want to say, okay, I'll deliver tomorrow so that I have no revenue today. But I guess the game won't progress until I do it, which I don't even know how to do. Oh, there we go.
Here's your spear, sir.
Thanks, and here are your shekels.
Before I leave, by any means, have you heard about the farmer that was arrested by the king's warriors?
Of course, everybody has.
Oh, really? Do you know why he was arrested?
I was told that he had to do with some top secret information about a certain tribe. And that he was planning a rebellion or something really odd. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. My son works with the warriors. He told me that.
Do you have any more information?
No, I don't. That's all I got.
Alright, thank you anyways.
Bang.
Top secret information? And a tribe? What? How come my dad never told me about this? And what tribe is this? And what sort of information is it that leads one to prison?
Jogger says, you think that blacksmithing will require spamming the spacebar? Why the spacebar in particular? I was just thinking, dang, this king, this administration is deporting people without due process by accusing them of being affiliated with some external gang.
I can't believe life in the Middle Ages was like that.
Good thing it would never happen today.
Yeah. Man, this channel is topical.
I was looking for a somewhat durable axe. Will I find that in your shop?
I mean, pedantically, yes, you will find that in my shop.
Of course. Take a look at the wall behind me.
Bad joke. Oh, sorry.
I will take the one to the very right.
Sure, that will be 5 shekels.
No problem.
I have a question, please.
Go ahead.
Do you know that farmer that was arrested recently?
Yes, I do.
Do you know why he was arrested?
I heard that he had some information that is highly dangerous.
Uh-huh, okay. Thank you.
I am the one to be thankful.
Oh.
This can't be a mistake. Now multiple people have said the same thing. What have you done, Dad?
Guess I'll bring my axe home. Just curious as to what we have for sale here. We got a battle axe, we got a bow, a couple swords. I guess the chest is just for decoration. How much money did I make? Oh, it says I got 8, I guess, because I started the day with 0. Like I started the blacksmithing day with 0. So I guess I owe him 4.
Yaldiko, how did you do that?
I told you it would work.
But how? Customers have been flowing in like crazy.
By which I mean there are 2 customers.
First, my shekels, please.
Oh yeah, here, 4 shekels.
Sure, it was pretty simple. Just spread rumors about all the other blacksmiths in town. Then people will avoid visiting them. And who is the one and only new blacksmith in town that no one has heard any evil about? Our beloved Adam.
You're evil for that. Now I feel bad for those people.
Well, don't. Once you earn enough shekels, you can visit them and pay them back.
Do you have a VR game? Yes, that's right, Chucker. And there's a chance it won't work. I hope it does. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to do some backup game. But yes, the game tomorrow is intended to be a VR one.
True. Well, thanks, I guess.
You are most welcome.
Now what? Meet Bako? Isn't Bako the guy I stole from? I don't know. I feel like I'm sort of merging a lot of our names into one. They all end in O.
Adam, I'm asking you for a favor.
I never expected anyone as rich as you to need me.
Don't think that way, be positive. I have heard that Darius fears you a lot. Is that true?
Well, if you put it that way, everybody fears me, but him especially.
Great to hear. I have caught him red-handed multiple times trying to steal from me.
Why am I sweating now?
And what am I supposed to do?
Nothing too big. Just put his farm on fire.
His farm on fire?
What? That's evil. How could you expect me to do that?
Well, someone else could get the 20 shekels.
I mean, I really do need those.
Think about it. He's a bad guy. He hurts everyone. If you do this, maybe he will stop and learn a lesson.
Alright, I'll do it.
I mean, 20 shekels. Okay, so 17 shekels, what I took earlier, is basically $250,000, right? US. That's what we've determined. So 20 shekels has got to be like $350,000.
Yeah.
So I can go up to
Wait.
what's his name, the other guy, Darwesh or whatever his name was. I say, hey, listen, this guy paid me 20 shekels to burn down your farm. I'll give you 5, and then you can start a new life, right? With that, basically, I'm giving you like $100,000 here, to start a new life.
Great. Return when you're done.
Is this a game about morals?
I have no idea. If it is, it's not like they're giving me choices, right? I mean, I get the choice. You also have the choice to not play the game, but it's
Look at
not
all
like
those mushrooms.
yeah. Isn't this the thing that makes you have Alice in Wonderland syndrome?
A fly agaric? I think it's like poisonous.
Yeah, but like you eat it and then you feel like your limbs are growing long or something like that.
Yeah, for the 8 minutes you're still alive.
Yeah. The reason I bring it up is because apparently that was the inspiration for Mario, right? Like when he eats the mushroom, he gets big, and so they painted the mushroom, red with white dots because that's the mushroom that gives you that sensation.
I see.
But there may be multiple mushrooms that are red with white dots, so who knows? What's this? How do I find a way to burn down? How come this one torch is different from all the other torches?
I don't know. Find a way.
How do I put down my... Oh, there we go. Hello, pick up, please. Oh, there we go. Am I doing it?
The question of every arsonist.
Like, I don't know if there's supposed to be like an interaction zone or something that I'm supposed to But I'm not seeing an interaction. Like, you know, the cursor is always a dot right now, right? But it's like a hand symbol when
Yeah.
there's an interaction point. So I'm not seeing such a zone.
Excuse me.
But I'm like, am I supposed to, or am I supposed to just wave the torch around in this region, or what? I can see his shekels. But actually I can't. It doesn't seem to be interactable. Oh, maybe I drop it. I just drop the torch here.
Wait a
yep,
bit.
there we go.
What happened? It all started with stealing 17 shekels, and now I find myself doing bad acts every now and then. Am I turning into a bad person?
Yes.
Also, where the hell is my axe? I can't leave it here at the scene of the crime.
Also, your dad's in prison.
Yeah, but he's probably innocent, right? Where's my axe?
No, should we be finding out?
If I don't bring my axe, they're gonna know it was me.
They don't they don't even know that
Oh,
they
here it
have
is.
multiple blacksmiths in this town. I don't think.
No, they do know, right? That's why I wasn't getting any customers. But then, was it Dilko or I forgot his name?
That's probably it.
Went around telling everybody, "Oh, those other blacksmiths are bad. Us, we have the greatest blacksmith, the best blacksmith you've ever seen."
Like you didn't know before you bought a blacksmith.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about blacksmithing. But that doesn't prevent me from being elected to becoming, you know, the blacksmith of the greatest nation in the world, apparently, or whatever. I'm doing a Trump allegory, as you can see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did.
He says, "What is the bicameral mind?" Well, Steph is an expert and fervent believer in it. So why don't you tell us, Steph?
I am not a believer in it.
Explain. Give us your bicameral mind hypothesis that you came up with and are arguing in favor of now.
Oh my goodness. The theory, which I do not sign up on, is that before the invention of, I guess the separate self, before the Bronze Age, people believed that their thoughts were the voice of God. They didn't understand them as their own thoughts, at least not a lot of them. They understood maybe half of their mind as having thoughts, and the other half were the voice of God. And then once they met other people who had different gods, they realized that everyone can't be hearing the voice of God, the same God. So you must be hearing something different. And they invented the idea that they were hearing their own thoughts. But before that, we didn't have that invention.
Yeah, I would phrase it a little bit differently. My understanding is
because you're not a true believer like I am.
Yeah, my understanding is that before they didn't realize they had thoughts, right? They initially thought every inner monologue that they heard in their head was the voice of God. And then
that wouldn't be very bicameral, though.
No, but so then they realize, oh, actually, I do have thoughts, and that's when it started, I guess, the bicameral.
Oh, when it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And now we have bicameral minds.
Yeah, whereas before we didn't, I guess.
So, like, if they thought, wow, that person's really annoying, I wish he would stop doing it, doing that thing, like asking me to burn down farms for shekels, they would think that's the voice of God saying that in my head.
I guess so,
or
but I think they wouldn't verbalize it in that way. Like, they would verbalize it. Well, it depends on what you're like. The analogous thing depends on what subsequent consequence you're thinking of. But something like, oh, that's a bad man. You know, he told me to burn down the guy's farm. Like this verbalization plausibly could have been God telling you this, right? As opposed to you thinking it. Maybe God told you that guy's a bad man, and comma, he told you to burn down the farm, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's just, you know, it's the same general idea. It's just the way you phrase it makes it more amenable to thinking of it as, you know, an angel or God speaking to you versus these are my thoughts.
Otherwise, I would not be here.
Well, I have got to wait to see results.
Well, look at the freaking horizon. It's not that far away. You can see this farm burning.
Return to me soon and I will have your pay.
43 days later? What?
They made that in PowerPoint, right?
No way, ... Get to your blacksmith shop. Wait, so I've been standing here outside of Bacco's house for 43 days, and now I'm like, maybe I should go to my blacksmith shop in case a customer showed up in the last 43 days.
You were busy looking for results.
Do you think it's going to be a moralistic parable? Like, oh no, someone burnt down my blacksmith shop. Now I know what it feels like to have your livelihood burnt to the ground. And then I put my hands on my cheek and I look at the camera. And then the game ends with the credits.
No.
You don't think it's going to be like that?
No.
Instead, you think my dad's gonna be at my blacksmith, and it's like, oh, we're finally reunited. God really does love our family. And then,
I've been working here for almost a month, yet barely any clues regarding that. I wonder how much longer this is going to take.
me too, Adam. I also wonder how much longer this is going to take. Uh-oh, this guy doesn't look good. I don't like the look of this. Let me just toss the evidence over the fence here. Get rid of that. There we go. Hello, how can I help you?
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes. The general?
The one and only. I have heard nothing but good things about your shop, so I thought I could give it a try.
Of course. How may I help you?
I've got this axe here, but it is getting a bit rusty. Will you fix it for me?
For sure. If you want, you can leave it and I'll bring it once I'm done.
Sounds great. You will find me somewhere around the palace.
Just, you know, somewhere, so... Okay.
The general's a little
Flamboyant?
He's got a little sass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the Jack Sparrow style.
Yeah. The one and only.
With his,
Woo,
his
the
hands
general.
waved on the side, yeah.
Yeah. Here comes a general.
This should do it. It's better than you.
What?
This should do it. It's
What's
better than
new?
you. Yeah, but I heard it's better than you.
Better than you. I was like,
Yeah, that's
wow.
what I also heard. No, he's just singing, you know, the milkshake song, right?
Yeah. The general's sassiness.
My battle axe brings all
rubbed off on
the
us.
guards to the yard, and I'm like, it's better than you. I can teach you, but I'll have to
can sharpen
charge
it.
shekels. Yeah.
I have to charge shekels that I stole. You should commit more crimes while you have this axe to leave at the scene.
It's okay if I go here, right? There's no law against peasants walking up the paths. He doesn't seem to care, so it's fine, I guess.
General,
Why are you so
excuse me.
paranoid?
I got it done. I really hope you like it.
Maybe I'm used to living under a regime where I don't know what the laws are and that I can be imprisoned at any time
Look,
at the whim
just
of...
because your dad was wrongfully in prison.
Actually, you've done a great job. Better than I expected.
What if this is all a ploy? Like, he did this so that I would just show up to the palace so he could arrest me, you know, behind these walls.
Yeah.
and then no one's
I will
there
be
to
shocked.
witness.
I will always be at your highest expectations. At least I'll try to.
You know what? The king is in need of new warriors that will do their job with perfection.
Do you want to be one of them?
Not really.
Oh yes, of course. Excuse me. I mean, I would love to.
Great. Let us get you suited.
Mission completed. Escape the Matrix. Break laws from the social hierarchy and become a warrior. Okay. Interesting historical perspective.
Yeah. Is that what we did?
Mako, you have to give me bakery food for free now because I'm a warrior now. That's how it works. Are you Mako? I can't even tell. Everybody looks the same in this village.
Oh, Adam, I've been hearing great news about you. You have become a warrior for the king.
Well, what you heard's correct.
But I thought he was the one who took your father. You were not supposed to become one of his warriors.
You see, I'm not doing this for the king. I took this position mainly for my father.
So you're telling me you want to do some secret undercover search for your father?
Close, but yeah, that's what I had in mind.
Amazing. That's the Adam I know. By the way, are you willing to help me?
Sure, Mako. What is it?
It is Dermis again. It's been getting out of hand.
That idiot. What did he do again?
It's somewhat complicated. You remember the last time when he took the bread without paying?
Yes, I do.
That was 43 days ago, man. Let it go.
Well, he got real
So
upset
wasn't it
after he took the
watermelon?
money. Then he went around spreading lies about my shop all across town. Things like that he found insects in my bread, or that my furnace has not been cleared for years. And now everyone ignores my shop, and I'm barely making any shekels to live off.
Apparently, people are very susceptible to marketing campaigns in this village.
Damn, that guy's horrendous.
Damn.
So will you make him fix what he's ruined?
I'll try.
So, I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to beat him up and then march him around town, telling him, actually, you know, with bruises on his face, this guy does clean his oven more than once a year. And that'll persuade everyone?
I mean, it seems like it would work in this town. So, sure.
I'll be like, oh, well, if a man being escorted by an officer is saying this, then surely it must be true.
Quick, we need a plan.
For what?
Durmaz has been acting all strange again. We need to shut him down.
Wait, why am I consulting with this guy? Why don't I just beat up Durmaz?
He's messing
We
with
need a
Mako.
plan.
He's spreading lies about his bakery.
Okay, let's walk, and I will tell you along the way.
What?
Listen up. My plan is we wait for Dermis to leave his house. Then you go in and find his shekels and take them.
You want me to steal again?
Your
No, let
plan?
me finish. While you're doing that, I'll put his farm on fire. That is the only harm we are doing. For him to learn, of course.
You're gonna set his farm on fire?
And I run my way. And regarding his shekels, we are keeping those until he fixes what he has ruined. Then you give those back to him.
For him to
Sounds like a
learn.
great idea. What would I have done without you, man?
I don't even know.
It doesn't. It's not true.
I'm trying to figure out, like,
Get to it.
how do we justify any of this? And all I can think of is, like, maybe this is pre-Code of Hammurabi, so they don't understand, like, what justice, like, even the primitive form of what justice might be, you know? Did he keep it on his stand, or is that someone else's house I'm thinking of? Hello, Shackles.
Seem to have a really elaborate sense of right and wrong, but it seems to come down to whoever you heard a bad thing about is wrong.
How come I can't pick up the Shackles?
End of story.
Well, they say the Code of Hammurabi was the start of legal systems in
now,
general.
yeah.
Right. Well, because they're saying that before, like, it's just how angry was the king or whatever, you know, is determined how you got punished.
Right.
And now it's like, no, for each crime, we're going to say, you know, this is the appropriate punishment for the crime, you know, regardless of your emotional state at the time of the trial or whatever. Which, you know, so that's a big innovation and improvement over the previous system. Not saying the Code of Hammurabi is great, I'm just saying it was an improvement over what was there before. I can't pick this up! Oh, God, I hope Dico or whatever his name is. I hope he hasn't started burning the farm yet, because apparently I'm having trouble picking up the shekel. Oh, there we go. Okay, start the fire. Which we didn't start. Solution: run away. Okay. Meet Mako at his bakery. Well, we've robbed him blind and burned down his farm, so he shouldn't be troubling you again.
He can learn his lesson.
Yeah.
I got it done. Just wait and people will be flowing in.
Why would people be flowing in just because, they still believe what he said, apparently, right? Like, we didn't persuade him.
Yes, I am. If that's true, I'll have a big gift for you. And I'll take it.
By force if necessary.
I'll take it.
Wait, what
I'm
happened?
excited to use that line the next time someone says I have a present for you.
And I will take it. What happened to the shekels? Like, they were in my hand and now they're gone. Did I give it to Mako? No, because he didn't. I mean, there's nothing in the dialogue that implied that I did, right?
I think you were supposed to set things right.
But, like, he didn't say, like, he said, like, if that's true, as if he didn't see the shekels right in my hand, right? When you say if that's true, he's referring to, like, the future, customers that might arrive. And so there's nothing about me giving him shekels. Hello?
So, Adam, I've got some work for you to get done. You're asking just the right warrior. Great to hear. So lately, there has been a lot of confusion regarding the king. People have been accusing him of pretty bad stuff.
Got it. You want me to kill all of them?
And we, of course, want to change that.
Yep.
And how may I help? You'll spread kind and polite things about the king and what he does, even if it is not true.
Okay, not what I was thinking, but also kind of morally sus.
So I can say that he helps poor people, does not waste food, and such?
You're saying I'm in charge of his social media account, is what I'm hearing.
Here are 10 shekels. You'll probably need them.
All right.
I'm going to waste my time doing such. But in fact, I
This
could
is
use someone.
some sort of parable about influencing.
Someone who talks a lot. Someone who would not dare to go against my orders. I got it. Darwish.
Yeah, Darwish. Everyone knows that I can bully Darwish and nothing bad will happen to me.
So Darwish, will you take some shekels to do me a favor?
Of course, Adam. Anything you ask for.
Alright, I want you to go around saying good things about the king. That he's kind, generous, helps the poor, that kind of stuff.
Just that?
But don't you dare tell someone that I came here. Otherwise, you know the consequences.
Don't you worry. I won't.
Good. Once I see the results, you'll get your pay.
All right, now we go to tobacco, apparently. A lot of these are the term is fetch quest, right? In ludology, the idea that of like the gameplay is you go somewhere and that triggers a flag or a cutscene or whatever. Then you go somewhere else and it flicker, and you just and that's the gameplay. It's not like no puzzle solving, no combat, just. So these are called fetch quests.
Stealing lots of shekels. Bullying folks.
So narratively, you're stealing, right? But like mechanically, ludologically, you go there and you press the E button, like the interact button on the interaction point, and so there's no cognitive effort, no reaction time tests.
So, did you see the results?
I did indeed.
And my 20 shekels?
You deserve them.
That's what I would like to hear.
I also heard you became a warrior.
I did.
Good. Don't go away for too long. I will need you.
As long as I get my shekels.
Which one of was us in that scenario?
So yeah, it is a little confusing. I think what happened is there's two parallel stories going on simultaneously. One of them is the general paid me to say good things about the king, right? Which then I delegated immediately to someone else. Then this one is this guy. I forget what it was exactly, but he's the rich guy, right? The richest guy in town. And he told me like to burn down the guy's farm because I forget why. Anyway, then I come back and he's like, "Oh yeah, I see the good results of what you did." Right.
Right.
So it's two different, like, you know, I'm waiting to see the good results of stories.
Okay.
So, you were asking me about the new warrior.
He was called Adam, right?
He was. I'm going to test him by giving him several tasks. What do you think?
That's not a bad idea. We need to know how trustworthy he is.
I'm planning to make him work with higher amounts of shekels. If anything goes missing, then we know what to do.
Great.
That's also how I describe my job, that I test people with a series of tests.
Sounds like a good idea. I reply to you as the king. What we'll do is we'll put a bowl of marshmallows in front of him, and if anything goes missing, we'll know what to do.
Right.
Adam, where have you been?
I've been everywhere. It's getting out of hand.
I think you're working a bit too hard. You should be having some rest.
You're saying nothing but the truth.
So how has it been going as a warrior?
Oh, regarding that, just okay.
That sucks to hear.
Well, lately I overheard the general talking to the king.
The king?
Yeah, surprising, right?
Why is that surprising? Wouldn't the general and the king like consult pretty regularly?
The general was telling the king that he's going to test me, so I need to be extra cautious.
And what's up with that? You should be capable of the test, shouldn't you?
I should, in fact, but I was hoping to reach my dad soon.
I mean, the test is like, don't steal money from the king. I like all. If I just by
I mean,
default,
we're not passing a lot of moral tests right now.
Sure, but like it's a meta test now, right? Because I don't have to pass the moral test. I have to pass the like conation test or the willpower test of like, just don't steal in this one instance. And then you pass a test that will allow you to steal in the future. Like,
I'm not super optimistic about our chances.
It's literally the marshmallow test, right? Like it's like just this one time, don't steal. That's all you gotta do. Then after that, you can steal as much as you want.
Is what I'm saying. You can steal two times if you just resist this one time for 5 minutes.
Yep.
Just imagine the theft of shekels as a fluffy cloud.
That's a valid point. I guess you have to wait.
So, are you ready for your next task?
I am indeed.
Yes,
Great.
fluffy man.
Take these 100 shekels.
100?
Yes, I want you to find a blacksmith that will make us a high amount of weapons and tools.
I mean, I can make you a
I'm a
weapon and tools. Yeah.
Just that?
Yes, only that.
Alright.
Once you find one, tell them to make as many weapons and tools as possible for the money, and to deliver them to me.
Got you. Well, he's probably testing my trustworthiness with this high amount of shekels. I've got to get all of his trust first, then move on to help Dad.
So there's 3 like quest objective markers, right, on the screen, implying that there's 3 blacksmiths in this village of like 20 people.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't know why I was expecting more than one customer every 30 seconds, but
right.
Hi.
Will you make me some tools and weapons for 100 shekels?
100 shekels?
Which is
Yeah, they are for the general.
like, how much do we think that is?
well, 17 was
think
like
20 was
$250,000.
350.
Yeah.
Right.
So 1.5 million, is that right?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah, making
Hello.
1.5 million's worth of in cash here. Let me dump it on your lap. Worth of swords and whatever the fuck the army
Would you
needs.
like this commission?
I guess that makes sense. You do look like a warrior. but I've got a bunch of requests coming in. I've got to apologize.
Dang. All right. Not accepting the $1.5 million contract.
There's a lot of business in this.
In this population.
3 blacks.
Population town, yeah.
Smith Forest Town. Yeah.
Excuse me, quick question.
Go ahead.
Are you willing to make the general some tools and weapons?
How much are we talking?
For the amount of 100 shekels.
Oh, no way. I'm old as you see, and that's a lot of work. I'll pass on that.
No problem.
Why can't you just make some of them? Like, why can't I go to 3 blacksmiths, give them each, like, you know, $33 shekels,
Have
whatever.
you told them that the king is, like, really nice?
Right? Like, can't I redistribute the contract across the multiple blacksmiths working in parallel? Would that give us the tools even faster? Or is this too sophisticated? Like, you need Henry Ford,
They didn't even have the
invention of
Code of Hammurabi
industry.
yet, so...
How can I help you?
I want tools and weapons for 100 shekels.
It's like, I can sell you a tool and weapon for 100 shekels, sure.
100.
Yes, they are for the general.
Well, I'll take the offer.
Great, here are the 100. Make whatever for the value and deliver them to the general.
Yeah, I don't care. Just make whatever. Make, you know, it's fine. Make whatever you want for 100 shekels.
All I have to do is not steal these.
Yeah. Dang it.
Every day I'm hustling.
That's how the music goes.
Yep.
You know what? I owe you a lot.
Why?
So it worked.
Oh, he owes me. I keep, like, all the voices sound the same to me.
Yeah.
It did indeed. People are flowing in more than what they used to.
I'm expecting a good pay.
You deserve it.
My pay is
25 shekels.
So, like, a quarter of our annual military budget is what I'm hearing. Is that what you're gonna pay me?
I'll take those. That's what I like to hear.
The scale is like all over the place in this game. Like 3, you know, like more than what's 3 out of 20? Like 1/7 basically of capita is blacksmiths of this town, and this baker's marketing budget is a quarter of our nation's military. And
This must be why Mesopotamia no longer rules the world.
Jubilee says, hello, Nebu and Steph. Hi, Jubilee.
Hey.
Jubilee also redeemed Say What Just Life in real life. And also, I just realized Tess earlier redeemed it while we were in the stream starting screen. They both redeemed Say What Just Life in real life. Every time someone does that, we donate $5 to the Against Malaria Foundation, which provides mosquito nets to children at risk of malaria. So you guys have both saved children's lives in real life. I guess we're in Mesopotamia. I mean, they never actually said that, but the name of the game is Mesopotamia. So, and
The king is really nice.
Yeah, it's what we're paid to say.
Have you been looking for something?
Why would I walk up to him and say that?
like my
what
dad?
What a weird... No, that's me. I'm Adam.
Oh.
I'm opening the
Sorry.
conversation. I walk up to him and says, have you been looking for something? Well, have I got great news for you? Because I have
Is it a
something.
blacksmith?
Like what?
Some shekels.
You were the one who took them, didn't you? And you burned my farm.
I wasn't the one who burned down your farm. You can't pin that on me.
Yeah.
Learn this. If you mess with Mako, it's like you were messing with me.
Whatever.
Here are your shekels.
Whatever.
Wait, why am I giving him shekels?
thought you wanted him to do you a favor or something? And
No,
he
I
was like,
burnt down
"No,
his
you
farm,
have
right?
my-" Yeah, but you walked up to him being like, "Are you missing something?" And
Yeah, his shekels. Because
oh,
like
we just
are
we
you
just wanted
miss?
to check in with him.
Yeah, like I walk up and says, "Are you looking
Did
for
you
something?"
notice?
And he's like, "What am I looking for? You're missing shekels." He he. It's
Like we're just taunting at this point.
And then I give him shekels. Like I guess maybe
Right, okay.
maybe it's because like the first guy, I forgot his name, Yaduko or whatever. You know, he was like, "Oh, you know, you only be evil. You can be evil now because you just when you become rich, you'll pay them back." Right.
Right.
And maybe this is that part of the arc.
This is us paying him back.
This is
now that
us
we're rich.
cleaning up our karma. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
He just disappears as you. Yeah, the game does that
Adam,
sometimes.
I was waiting for you.
Of course you were.
Did you see results?
Yes, I did. Here, 10 shekels.
1/10 of our annual military budget.
Oh, so generous of you.
Whatever.
Whatever. You're grateful. You're
Why
saying
is
thanks to
everybody
me,
so
but I'm like,
blasé?
I mean, it's not like anything ever happens in this town, right? So who cares?
That's a good point.
I mean, there's one time
The
a
king
farmer
is
got
very
arrested,
nice.
but that's like ancient history at this point, right? That was like 43 days
Who's our
ago.
dad?
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Jimmy says, I care. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Jubilee.
It's time to get some work done.
On your command.
One of my warriors has been disappearing a lot lately. I don't know where he's going.
And how shall I help?
Stay on his tail. See where he's going and tell me.
Of course, I got you.
Here, he is going. Catch up to him and don't let him see you.
Who, where? Oh, these? Like these cartoonish footprints? That is obviously being left intentionally to deceive me, probably.
Would bet good shekels that this guy is a blacksmith.
I mean, you got 1 out of 7 odds of being right, right?
Who's that? I've never seen him in town before. Could he be leaking information?
Okay, I guess I'm not supposed to eavesdrop. I'm supposed to just tell the general, according to my quest log. Which I don't remember where he is, but I'm sure if I just follow the footprints back, that'll lead me to him. Yeah, there's the general.
So, have you got some news?
Yes, I have. He met someone I've never seen in town, and they were hidden where people could not see them.
Out of curiosity, were they close to the entrance?
Yes, they were.
That explains a lot. I think he is leaking information to our enemies.
I
We have
actually thought the
enemies?
same. What are you planning to do with him?
This means we have an intelligent warrior up our hands, but I think I should get rid of him.
Like, get rid of him as a warrior. You don't want him to work for you anymore.
It's like, sure, kid. Sure, that's what I mean.
No,
Sure.
as a person.
Hold up. Was the general just sharing his thoughts with me? Is he starting to trust me? And did he just say that he's going to kill him?
Meet Dermaz at his house, okay. Luckily, that's right here.
Probably just thought of it as the voice of God.
Yeah.
Dear Adam.
What is it, Durmaz?
Why are you addressing me like you're writing a letter?
Will you do me a favor?
No.
For some shekels?
Okay, then yes.
How much are we talking?
70.
What the frick? How is it like either our military is really
I
poor
will-
or everybody in this town is rich?
I might think
I
about
will
it.
do anything
For 70
for
shekels.
shekels.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, of course.
So, Marco,
Any amount
he
of
has been hating
shekels.
on me a lot.
Well, he always has, since you are the origin of all problems.
You are the origin of all problems.
Did you say hitting on me?
Hating on me.
I have.
Hating on me.
Oh, hating.
Matter of fact, even
thought
I
we
will
were
hate
getting
on
into
you
sexual
at
harassment.
each opportunity I have.
That is
Yeah,
not our
'cause
topic.
you're the origin
Will
of
you
all
get rid of them?
problems.
Get rid of what? You've gone all crazy. Don't even talk to me, man.
He wants me to get rid of him, which I don't know if that means kill him or just drive him out of town or what.
Oh, like let go of him as a warrior?
He's not even a warrior though. But you know, we could hire him and then let him go as a warrior if you, for 70 shekels, right?
Did I burn down his farm?
That's usually only 10 shekels.
I could spread rumors about the cleanliness of his oven. It's a thing that people do in this town.
It's been getting out of hand. What is it, Adam? You look terrified. It's Durmaz. He's paying me 70 shekels to kill you. But I would never. That's why I came to you. What should we do? Wait, let me make my mind up. But why? I have no clue. So what now? Nothing. I'll handle it.
All right, good luck, Mako.
There's no way Durmaz wants me to kill Mako for just some shekels. Like, I know he's stingy, but not as far as killing a person. Mako is definitely hiding something from me. Something bad he's done to Durmaz.
Fetch quest, go to general. Okay. Julie, why are you dancing? Oh, because you were right. Hello?
That warrior, he got the best of us. So we got the best of him. But it was too late.
So you killed him?
Had to, but the information was already leaked. It got our gold stolen.
The gold? I feel bad.
So your task is to track him down and kill him.
I thought you said you killed him already. What? I'm so confused.
Kill what? Kill him. The one who stole the gold.
Why me? Out of everyone?
And so you notice I've been typing. I mean, I know this. I see you're typing.
Why anyone else? You are the perfect warrior.
I mean, it is eventually your command.
There's a dagger here. Take it. You might need it. And don't forget to bring back the gold with you.
Follow the trail. Is it going to be cartoon footprints on the ground again?
I'm pretty sure this should be the final test. He should have full trust in me after this. But this is what I'm doing, right? I'm going to kill a human life.
No.
I mean, he did in fact steal, which is a bad act, though I don't know if it directly justifies killing. But anything
Doesn't.
to do that. I'll gain the general's trust, then I'll free you.
This is pre-Hammurabi, so we don't know that it doesn't deserve killing. For all we know, it does deserve killing.
If it did, he would know.
No, because the gods have forsaken us, right? We don't hear... I'm not hearing whispers in my mind about what to do anymore. Look for a trail to... So I just like walk around randomly until I find a trail. And I follow it. And by a trail, I'm assuming it's going to be cartoon footprints. Is there only one entrance to this town? Because here's an entrance. Is there another one? If there isn't, I'm going to assume he went out that entrance then. Is that something? Oh, that's a house. That was a gate on the wall. Oh, remember when I burnt down this guy's farm? Oh, mission failed. What? Oh, pick up the dagger. Did I pick up the dagger? Maybe I didn't pick up the dagger. Wait, where's the palace? Is it this three-structure building? Can I walk over the water? I never actually tested that. Yes, I can. So I don't even need the bridge. That's a dagger? It's a freaking sword. Alright, I feel like there's only one entrance in and out of town, so... Once I find it again, I'm gonna assume that that's it. Then I gotta go find a freaking trail. Also, why does this dagger have like a white ribbon attached to it? Is the trail supposed to be outside town? I don't know. He was leaking information to our enemies, and he said, like, you know, it was their meeting place was near the entrance. So I just assumed it might be out of town, but I have no idea where the trail is. This looks like the edge of the universe, like I'm not supposed to be here, so I guess it's not this way. Steph, I just realized you failed the ideological Turing test for the bicameral mind thing.
I did?
Yeah. I think so anyway, because the way you explain it is not the way I would have explained it, and I'm, I guess, on the spectrum, I'm closer to believing it than you are.
And what?
On the spectrum, I'm closer to believing it than you are.
Okay.
Right? The ideological Turing test is can you express your debate opponent's argument such that it sounds like it would have actually been, you know, as it would have been said by one of the believers of that argument. Oh, is this it? No, this is the garden. The idea is like making sure you understand the position that you're critiquing, right? Or the argument that you're critiquing. You first state, here's their argument, and then you say, yep, that does sound like their argument. And here's why it's wrong. But you said it, and I said, well, I don't think that's their argument. I don't, like, you know, we had disagreements about when, you know, whether they had thoughts before or after the inflection point.
Okay. To be fair, I have not read the book or even Scott Alexander's critique of the book.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to pass the ideological Turing test. So I feel like you're failing the ideological Turing test by explaining my argument better than I can.
I have no, where the heck is this trail I'm supposed to follow? I searched outside town, I'm searching inside town now. I don't see it anywhere. I need to search the palace, I guess. I don't even know if I'm allowed in the palace. Hello? Is my dad in here? Doesn't seem like it. Seems kind of annoying to, like, if I'm assuming this palace means like the king lives here, right? But it seems annoying to have, like, live in the same building as the prisoners.
That warrior, he got the best of us, so we got the best of him, but it was too late.
Julie's saying exactly what I just did. She says, maybe you have to talk to him again since you failed, so we're talking to him again. But, like, the objective says pick up the dagger, look for a trail. So I picked up the dagger and look for a trail.
So we had to. The goal? So you're kill what? Kill him. Why me? Why anyone else? I mean, there's a and don't forget.
Did he spawn a new dagger?
Point.
Nope, he didn't spawn a new dagger. Does he just keep saying it over and over again?
That warrior.
Yeah, he does.
So had to. The goal? So you're kill what? Kill him. Why me? Why anyone? I mean, there's a dagger here. And don't forget to bring back the gold with.
It plays a sound effect though at the end of the dialogue. It goes like a sack of gold dropping on the floor type of sound. Like every time I talk to him, oh, I heard it again. Maybe it's not from talking to him. Maybe it's just coincidental. There it is again. Map? There's no map. Are you crazy? You think this game has a map? You think they invented cartography back there? Can I talk to this guy? It's not. I'm thinking of talking to random NPCs at this point to see if they mean trail metaphorically, right? Like do an investigation, question people. Because I don't know where else I'm gonna find this trail. Do you think it's the sound of like a shovel hitting dirt? Like is he burying the gold or something like that? And that's what I'm supposed to figure out? Like, am I supposed to use stereo echolocation here to? Because it does, like the volume of the digging is changing. Oh, no, I'm getting further away. I feel like it's stereo. Like I feel like no matter where I am, it doesn't change from the left here to the right here. It does change in volume, so I can tell if I'm getting closer, but I can't tell what direction it's in. Oh, is it you? Is this the gold? How do I see if it's the gold? I mean, it looks like gold. What? Just kill him? Should I just kill that guy then? Wait, where is it? I'm lost again. But why does it say mission failed? It's not like he got away. I still have him in my captivity. Where was it? Getting quieter. Is it this guy? No, that's the blacksmith. Wasn't it right outside this one of these houses? Gosh darn it. I thought I was right behind one of these houses. Oh, is it this guy maybe? Yeah, there's that same bag again. Okay, I guess we'll kill this guy. I don't know if it's the right guy, but you know. Never stop ice agents, I guess. Okay, now what? I mean, I think it's the wrong guy because it didn't update the mission. It didn't say like now return the gold to the guy. You know, like I feel like we killed the wrong guy. And also, we didn't follow a trail really to get here, unless you count the sound as following a trail. So can I take the gold? Oh, that is the gold. Oh, maybe it was the right guy after all. Wait, what? Just kill him. I can kill him. Wait, and now I still have the gold in my hand though. Return to general. I wonder if the game's in a bug state. You know what I mean? Like it started a timer that if I don't kill the guy within a certain amount of time, the quest mark is failed. But we move past that point because I have the gold and I'm returning it to general. But the timer is still running, meaning after a minute or so, it's going to tell me I failed again. Next week for real. Why not right now? So Fungi, one of the things, Fugitron, one of the skills I'd like you to practice is noticing when I'm in the middle of a conversation with someone else, like with Steph, for example, or whoever I'm co-streaming with, versus when we're like idly silent and we have nothing to talk about, right? And when we have nothing to talk about, that's the perfect time for you to introduce a new topic. But if we're already talking about something, then it's like it's difficult if you introduce a new topic because we want to wrap up the existing topic we're talking about before we move on to whatever it is that you're bringing up. So you can like one of the hints here, I don't know, like Steph hasn't said anything for like, I don't know, 10 minutes.
I don't think it's been that long.
I didn't mention after I saw you were busy. I just asked and you said it was a bad time to understand and understood, but it's been waiting, no problem. It's fine. Yeah, but like now, like the thing is, if you don't say anything, I don't know even know if you're in the stream, right? Like I don't know if you've been watching for the last 2.5 hours or if you just arrived just now, for example. So, but like for the next 5 seconds, it's a bad time because I'm in a dialogue with this NPC. But then there's probably going to be a space after that, which is a good time. But then it might be a bad time again if I start a dialogue with another NPC and so on.
I did it.
Yeah.
Here's the gold.
Tough standards.
I knew you were capable of it. You have proven yourself really well. The king will be so proud.
The king?
The king.
Get to your house? Okay, I just go home after that dialogue, after that conversation.
Many months have passed by. I've lost count. But at the rate things are going, how will I help that? A warrior like me has no say in that. But when it comes to this, only one person can help.
And it's Yaldiko, apparently.
Yaldiko, it's urgent.
Adam, where have you been?
Don't even get me started. But now, forget about it. I need help.
What is it?
My dad, you know, I really need to help him.
Of course you do.
But I'm just a warrior. How will I do that?
Who do you work for?
The king.
Like, who's your manager?
Uh-huh, if you put it that way, then the general.
Kill him.
What the fuck? Good old Yaldiko, he always knows what to do.
Are you out of your mind?
No, seriously. Kill him and take his place.
Don't even think about it. I'll never.
I say, and then the mission objective top left says kill general.
He actually has a point. That's probably my only way. No, what am I thinking? I have to quit that.
Thinking about it? Question mark. Meet with the general.
As I told you in the beginning, Adam is a good guy.
You're never sure until you test.
Well, I did, and he is trustworthy in fact. He took care of a high amount of shekels, listened to all of my orders, and even killed someone for me.
Who did he kill?
It was just some story I made up. Made him kill a guy I didn't want.
If you say so.
He's even clever. He listed out a lot of things on his own. He will probably come to good use later.
That is great to hear, so take care of him.
I will.
Alright, so I killed an innocent man.
Was it all made up? I killed an innocent person?
Yeah.
What?
That's
How
what
will
I'm
I sleep
thinking.
with this guilt?
That's what you said.
Got to seek revenge.
You're gonna kill more. Oh. This guy's problem-solving skills leave something to be desired.
That's why we need the Code of Hammurabi.
Sargon, I'm seeking help.
How may I help you, young boy?
You know, you're old. You've seen a lot and you've experienced a lot.
You look like the youngest guy here.
You've heard stories and earned lots of wisdom.
And so, what is
It's
it?
not how you approach people.
Mako and Durmaz have been hating a lot on each other. One asks me to kill the other, and one wants me to burn his farm and take his money, and it does not make any sense why they're doing so. They're hiding something.
I think I have the answer.
Which is to kill them both, right?
Oh, good.
And then take both their money.
Then please enlighten me.
So Durmaz's grandfather was from this tribe that's called the Arulu tribe. And then he started a rebellion against the king and his general, who were both related and from one tribe. I think it was called the Anutu tribe.
I've already... What? Arutu and Anutu? Is that it?
Sure.
They made the king weak by stealing his money and spreading lies about him, so he lost all his power, and they became in charge.
That is deep.
It is indeed. There are only a select few who know about this, and most of those just forget about it. It's a secret. Do not tell anyone what I've told you.
I won't, but I still don't get it. How does that explain the hatred?
The bakery Mako owns belongs to Durmaz originally, and Mako is one of those who knows the story. So Mako took the bakery, telling Durmaz he would pay later, and whenever it's time to pay, Mako threatens Durmaz saying he'll spread the truth. And if people get to know the truth, they will come after Durmaz, since his grandfather who started everything is dead, and so is his son, in other words, Durmaz's father, so there's only Durmaz left from the tribe. And so in fear, Durmaz stays quiet, and that sorta explains why he wants to get rid of Mako.
That explains everything. Man, you've got to know that I'm extremely thankful.
No problem, but I'm once again reminding you, no one should know about this. Don't even tell Mako or Durmaz that you know, otherwise they will come after you.
Of course.
Of course.
So Mako is not that kind after all, huh? Why would he do such a thing? Just pay the money. Silly me who thought Durmaz was stingy.
Meet Yaldiko. Yeah, I feel like we're getting to, what's it called? The climax of the story, maybe? Like, it feels like the tension is building up. But I can't tell for sure, right? Like everyone's secrets are being aired, and then we're about to kill the general, maybe. I don't know what's going on, though. Hello?
We have got some stuff to do.
What sort of stuff, Yaldiko?
Follow me. I'll tell you along the way. So I have been doing my investigations.
Regarding what?
I know you. You will never hurt anyone innocent. And since I want your best, I have
You know,
been
I
trying
just
to prove that the general is evil.
Stab the guy, right?
Maybe you will do as I suggested and kill him.
Well, two things regarding what you said. First is where are we heading? And second, in the case the general dies, what gives me guarantee to take his place?
Let's keep the first one a surprise. And second, it is not that hard. Do a bunch of stuff that makes the king happy. Become his favorite warrior, and to some extent you will have a guarantee.
Well, I mean, you know...
No more talk, we are almost there. You have got to be quiet. Look at this family. They lost their warrior son just because the general did not like him. This is one example of many. You could be next, or you could stop this by, killing him.
You've got a point. Alright, I will.
Alright, you persuade me, I'll kill him.
You will.
Maybe. Now come on, let's get out of here before we get spotted.
Well, he has a really good way of getting out of here. Whereas I have to do the old-fashioned way of walking away. The reason I'm curious about how close the climax is like how much further to push versus end the stream, you know?
Right.
I see energy flowing in your eyes, Adam.
It is indeed. What could I do to please the general, and so the king?
Well, if you're saying so, we have got some work to get done.
Let me have it.
We have got news that there are some fine goods coming in today. Some fabrics and such. The salesmen in town have been pretty active lately. So what I want from you is to confiscate whatever they have. The king is in need of some new clothes.
Alright.
And what should I tell them? Like a reason?
Tell them it's my command. nothing they can do.
I do not want to ask many questions, but where will I find them?
They will cross the river bridge sometime today. That should be enough information.
I'll be right on it.
Is that what warriors do? Run errands for the king and his general? I thought they protected the town, trained in case of war, whatever, but not this. I know I have to be involved in their dirty filth just to please them. That's it. I've made my decision. It's going to be Tom.
Is it that guy? I don't see fine fabrics with him. Maybe it's this guy.
Drop all your goods on the floor.
Why should we?
That's an order from the general. Any objections and you'll be in prison.
But we paid a lot for this.
Did I hear objections?
No.
Oops, I shoved him aside apparently.
Did you get them?
I got them.
Great, Adam. It will make the king really happy, especially when he knows you were behind it.
Pleases me just to hear.
Alright, time to go to Yaldiko. It's inside this house, maybe? Looks like it.
Come on, let us get it done.
This is what I've been waiting to hear. So how do you want to do this?
I'm thinking of some sort of ambush.
That could work.
It should.
So you have got to wait for the perfect opportunity.
Wonder when that is.
You've just got to wait. Do not rush it. Remember, this is your only chance. If someone mistakes it's you, you will not become the next general, and therefore you probably will not be able to help your dad.
Of course, I'll be taking my precautions.
Then why did you come here in the first place, if you have already got your plan intact?
Because I need a dagger.
Ah, that makes sense.
I want it to be a single stab, a killer one, then it's done. And I did not want to pick up one myself, since that would only bring suspicions.
Alright.
I'm a freaking guard!
Pass by anytime next week, and I will probably have it.
Why would it be suspicious of me to pick up a weapon? It's like, it's more suspicious for Yaldigo to pick up a weapon than for me to pick up a weapon, right?
Warriors, in 2 days, I will be leaving town for some work. And during the period I'm gone, you will need someone to stay in charge. Me as a general, I see the perfect one for this task to be Adam. Be sure to obey him.
Me? Oh, that means I have his trust. Why is everything going so smoothly?
Dang, I went, that's the wrong house. Oh, he was just behind the house, that's why.
So, do you have a knife?
I do indeed.
Alright, bring it over.
No pay?
How much?
How about 5 shekels?
Alright.
The dagger is on the ground. Take it and get it done.
Ambushes are at the entrance of town. Oh, it's that way. Wait, what? It's like... I guess it's outside. I think this is a general. Hopefully it was.
Yikes.
Adam, why would you do this? I trusted you. You started everything. You and the king put my dad in prison. You killed innocent people. You stole their goods. You tortured them. And you made me part of your dirty plans.
Your father? In prison? That farmer, that peasant is your father?
Speak respectfully about my father.
You thought it was easy to get rid of me, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Oh shit, boss fight. Well, it was easy to get rid of him apparently.
He doesn't have a weapon.
Yeah, but I thought easy peasy, kill the general.
Damn, it's already been a week, hasn't it?
It's already been a week. Oh, is this my new house because I'm the new general?
I was waiting for you to pass by.
Here I am.
Did you hear what happened?
No. What?
The general, they found his body close to the entrance. He was dead.
Dead? Like, was he killed or did he just die?
Killed, brutally.
That is not good news to start the day with. Why would anyone kill him?
Well, if you want to hear my opinion about it, it is better this way. He was bad anyways. But I really hope we'd get a better one.
I hope so too.
Is that Yaldiko on the roof of his house?
Finally, somebody's on a roof.
Yeah, finally.
Please, please tell me you did it.
I did.
That's my god.
I don't know, man. Should I be happy? I killed someone.
I killed 2 people, in fact.
Of course, man. And always, remember, first he was a bad guy. And secondly, it is for your dad.
Well, you've got a point.
Now, it is only a matter of time until you become the new general.
Hopefully.
Alright. Meet the king. Alright, I think we're about to become general. Hopefully then I get my dad and then we kill the king or something and then we get the happy ending. Wait, is this the general?
Happy.
Or does the general and the king have the same model?
So Adam, have you got the news?
Oh wow, his voice is a lot louder than everyone else's voice.
Holy, let me process this. The king himself wants to talk to me?
Indeed, the general is dead, and we need someone to take his place.
And how may I help?
Do you want to be the general?
Me? I mean...
Do you?
Yes.
Great, you are the general now.
So what do I have to do? Like, what does a general do?
You'll figure it out. Now bye-bye.
Now bye-bye. And he's just gonna disappear, right in front of my eyes.
I did it. I did it. No, nothing stands between me and Dad. Only thing is, for me to wait a couple of days to gain a reputation. Then, I'll get to it. But what does a general do? Steal stuff? Ruin people's lives? I ain't doing any of that. I'm going to just live my life. And help the ones in need, of course. Wait, help the ones in need? How could I forget? I need to pay back.
Get to the first blacksmith. Yeah, maybe this is the ending wrap up, maybe, where I try to. I'm gonna go. It says go to the first blacksmith, right? So I'm gonna go to everyone I harmed, pay pay reparations in some way, and then I'm gonna die at the end for the tragic ending, right? Now that I'm a good guy, type of thing.
Okay.
How may I help you?
I really don't know how to start this conversation.
Do I know you?
No, but I do.
Well, how so?
A while ago, many months ago, I opened a blacksmith shop, and I really needed some sales. So I had to make some lies about your shop to attract people to mine.
How kind of you.
Look, I know I messed up, but I'm here to pay up. What can I do to fix what I've ruined?
Look, I only work with shekels.
How much?
250.
250? That's more than that's like more than double our entire military budget.
Huh? That much?
It seems somebody's not sorry anymore.
Fine, just for the sake of this, here you go. And again, I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Who else are we gonna apologize to?
Damn, how ungrateful people can be.
Second blacksmith. I feel like there's a broken quest marker on my screen. Like one of them leads maybe to where the dead general is. And so I should ignore that one and just go to the one that leads to where the blacksmith is.
Welcome. How may I help?
I'm here to say sorry.
Do I know you?
You do not, but previously I was the reason for declining in sales in your shop, if you ever realized that.
I did indeed. So you were the reason. Why did you do that?
I spread false rumors about you and your shop, and that you were a bad person. You know, that type of stuff.
And you think you're going to fix that just by saying sorry? I have an entire family to
Yeah.
feed, and we rely only on this shop.
I know, I made a fatal mistake, but I'll do my best to fix it.
You know what? I really do not want a whole lot from you. What happened is in the past. I forgive you, but think about what you've done. Was it actually worth it?
Yes. It was 100% worth it.
Was it worth it? How many times did his children sleep hungry? Or how many times did he feel bad? How many people thought he was actually a bad person and completely avoided him? All of that just for me to rescue my dad? But with my new position, I should be able to put everything back on track. At least slightly. Though now it's almost time. Time for me to finally take action.
Welcome to my shop. How may I help you?
I really do not know how to phrase this, but I'm sorry.
Sorry? For what?
A while ago, a new blacksmith opened in town, if you remember.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, that blacksmith was mine. And to attract people to it, I had to do something about your highly successful job. I did some sabotaging.
And now you're telling me that?
Look, man, I am really sorry, and I'm here to fix what I've ruined.
You did in fact hurt me a lot. You have to pay back.
I will try my best.
My son, he got sick lately, and unfortunately, he's on deathbed. The healer said that his cure depends on a single plant, which does not grow here. It only grows in Cave Larsa, the very bottom of it.
And you expect me to bring it to you?
I mean, if you're willing to fix what you've ruined.
Sure, I'll be back with it.
It's a blue plant, very distinguished looking, and there are only a handful of them. Good luck, you'll need it.
Thank you, I guess?
Man, more
How long
chores.
is this going to take? Did I have to hurt people in the first place to become successful? Or could I have done this using a different method? Or am I just an evil person? When did I get here? When did I start killing people and hurting them for my own good? I have to fix what I've ruined. But I can't be distracted from my main goal. I have to help you, Dad. I will help you, Dad. No matter what the cost is. And I feel it. I'm getting closer.
I feel like he's not really learning useful moral lessons.
Why can't I just send one of the soldiers to go get the plant? Why do I have to go get the plant? I went the wrong way. Gosh darn it.
Maybe it's because you're one of the few people in this town who can use both hands.
My manual mind.
Yeah. I've also invented the biannual mind.
Is that every 2 years or is it twice a year?
That part of the invention hasn't been settled yet.
Wait, what? How do I get down there? It's like directly beneath me, but I don't see the cave entrance or anything like that. How the heck do I get down there? So it's a cave entrance? There we go. There's freaking lava here. Does it damage me if I touch it? I'm guessing it does. Oh god, we're gonna do 3D platforming. This better be worth it to his son. Oh shit. I died. Oh
You
man.
really die, you just failed.
Just feeling a fate worse than death.
Seems like it's a fate better than death. Because you just do it over.
Oops. 3D platforming is one of those things that recommend you don't do as a game designer. Don't have 3D platforming in your game. A few games have pulled it off okay, but the vast majority have not. And even of the games that pull it off okay, it's not like it was an astounding success. It's just like tolerable. And in fact, the games that have the most success with it are so-called rage games or troll games, like games that are intentionally bad or difficult to play. As a
another good hint.
Thematic, yeah. Finally. Return to the blacksmith. If I die, do I just warp back to the entrance? Guess we will never find out. I just swim in through. Oh, I can. Nice.
Man, I've got your flower. And let me tell you this, it wasn't easy getting it.
You actually did it. If this was any normal day, I would have been thankful. But looking at what you did, you're the one that should be thankful for how little I asked you for.
Look, I'm sincerely sorry. It was really my only way. I did not have any other option.
Look, there's always an alternative to evil. Do not fool yourself saying this was your only way.
Alright, thanks I guess, man.
You're welcome.
Oh, time to go
You learned something.
To Yaldiko. And learn nothing.
You could have learned something.
All I learned is that if I had killed my enemies instead of just, sabotage them, then I wouldn't have to pay them back.
You did it.
Of course I did. You had a doubt?
Well, no, but I was afraid something bad might happen to you.
Stop that, man. I don't like extra kindness, but thank you.
What?
So, now that you're a general, are you going to help your dad?
Of course, otherwise why would I become the general in the first place?
Do you need any help?
No, I think I got this one myself, but I appreciate you asking, man.
No problem.
Alright, so what do? Do I just ask the king, hey, remember that farmer that you arrested like 6 months ago? And the king's gonna be like, no. And I'd be like, oh. So I don't know where I was thinking this conversation would go.
Shekels.
Yeah.
It's fine. I've heard the king is very
Warriors,
nice.
go get me a handful of spears from the storage room. Place them in the practice area. We will need those later.
Is this my dad? The guy who looks like... Oh, it is my dad. Yeah, I recognize him now. I think, right? Or is there another guy who also looks like that in here? No. He's the only guy that looks like that. So this...
Nobody else in prison.
Yeah. How do I release him or something? Let's just get to the prison. This is the prison, right? I mean, seems very much like the prison. Oh, maybe it's just one of those things where like I'm trying to do the dialogue, but it's not. It's finicky.
Dad!
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that is it.
Adam, I knew you would come.
I'm so glad to see you.
It's okay, but how did you even get here?
You see, I'm the general.
The general? But how?
The one and only. Alright, no time to ask questions. Tell me, why are you here?
It's complicated. You will have to investigate.
Quick, Dad, they're almost back.
It's all related to the axe I left behind.
Oh, the one I lost like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, I still have it.
Great. There is a name engraved on it. Look into it, and you will find all the answers there.
Here they come. See you, Dad.
Or you just tell me the name, right? In the amount of syllables you used to say all of that. Can I not jump off of this? Dang it. Oh, you know what the name's gonna be? It's gonna be Yaldiko. So never trust Yaldiko. Oh.
Anutu. I've heard this name before.
Oh no, it's
But
Anutu.
where? If everything comes back to this, then it has to be something big.
Bako, I'm in need of some help.
Why should I help you, Adam?
I know you're a man of wisdom. You're a salesman. You've met all sorts of different people, and you've lots of experience.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So I was wondering about a name.
A name? What is it?
Have you ever heard of the name Anutu?
Anutu? Oh yeah, that tribe that used to reign ages ago.
Tribe? Rain? Ah, Sargon talked about that. Now I remember.
So you got what you're looking for?
Yes, thank you.
That'll be 10 shekels.
Of course. I wonder how you're rich.
Why does my dad have an axe with the Anutu tribe on it? And even more confusing is that my dad is in prison because of it? What does my dad have to do with such a tribe? Wait, Marco surely knows about this. I'll go ask him. But Sargon told me not to tell him that I know. I've got to keep the conversation vague so he does not suspect anything.
The general himself visiting my very modest bakery?
Stop that, Mako. It's serious.
I'm really glad for you, Adam. You have made it far.
Listen, I need you to tell me everything you know.
About what?
This tribe called Anutu that used to rule before. What do you know about it?
It's like I have to be vague, and he just comes out. What? Tell me everything about Anutu.
Yeah.
How do you know about it?
Long story.
Well, you already know most of the story.
Then what is the rest of the story?
Has your father not told you?
About what?
Well, I think it's time for you to know them.
Stop talking with clues. Give me facts.
You and your father are from the Anutu tribe.
Hold up. Say that again.
You and your father are from the Anutu tribe. In other words, you have the right to the throne.
It's not the time for your jokes.
Who said anything about jokes?
Damn, everything is clear now. Thank you, I guess.
No problem.
So
I'm
now
not sure if I've seen that in a video game.
So my
Or
dad's in prison, and he's been
it's like say that again, and he just
says it again.
The Anush tribe is the one who had the right for the throne for years, and then came the Aurors and took over it by
So do I kill the king now? Like,
outcome is that the king was afraid that my dad was going to retrieve the throne and spread the truth, since he has the right to do so, and therefore put him in prison. What a ruthless man. But now I know what to do. Was it the truth I have? No one will stop me.
Alright, this is a point of no return. I've got to make my choice wisely. Should I take the violent option, or should I take the peaceful option?
what should we do, Steph?
I mean, have we learned anything?
Yeah, that's my question to you. You're the pedagogical expert. Did we learn anything?
Yes. We've just learned to kill.
So we're choosing violence, you're saying?
Yeah. We're waking up and
Alright.
choosing violence.
And so, violence it is. I'm gonna wait till the night and assassinate the king while he's sleeping. Then, I'll announce myself as the king, since I'm the general now, and freeing Dad from there will be as easy as drinking water.
I say, and then I spill the glass all over my shirt. Like, oh,
Right.
get a dagger. Where am I supposed to get a dagger? There's only one quest marker, but I feel like that's the quest marker that's the broken one that leads to where the general was outside or something like that. You think there's a dagger in the palace?
I don't know. I'm afraid because I have my presentation tomorrow, I have to go. It is
All
way
right.
later than usual.
Perfect. Yes, you're right.
I tried to make it.
Me too, I tried to make
but-
it. Perfect
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Good luck with the daggers.
See ya. Ending screen, interact, play. And actually, I'm gonna let the cat probably play for a bit, and I'm gonna run to the washroom because I really gotta pee, but I'll be right back after that to do the end of screen announcements.
Ya llegó el carnaval, todo es fiesta y alegría. Con cultura, estos días llenos de algarabía. Ya llegó el carnaval, mucha gente nos visita. Desde lejos y contentos van llegando los turistas. Con el agua no juguemos, demostremos la cultura. Con mi gente tan alegre, festejemos en su Cuba. Entonces Cuba, que la fiesta está empezando. Entonces Cuba, que mi gente está esperando. Entonces Cuba, que la fiesta está empezando. Entonces Cuba, que mi gente está
Alright, sorry about that. Regular schedule, top of the corner screen every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 3 hours ago in my time zone. Stuff Thursday stream. Puzzle games and object games, that sort of stuff with my co-host Stephanie. Every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's about 4.5 hours ago in your time zone. We got the solo Saturday stream where I play random games from my review queue. We got the Discord. Join the Discord for updates to the schedule and the announcements for off schedule streams. Today is Thursday, so let's see. Friday we're playing Pirates of VR Jolly Roger, and then Saturday we're playing Bubble Ghost Remake. Look forward to that. And that's it, I think. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of Capre while I look for Santa Raid.